Hello, everyone. Hello and welcome to Edge of Legend here on Nat 20 Productions Official on Twitch. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 48. If my math is correct. So that means Season 2 is probably getting really close to the end. And we're probably going to do a recap and talk about just how so. But that being said, let's put down a pause and say hello to these amazing legends before you.
Wes, what's that thing?
Oh, no, I wasn't trying to hold you up. I just rolled a nat 1. I was being goofy, and I just did this.
Oh.
He rated on a 1 again!
Ah, Juju!
Get those out now. Get all those. Trust me, you're going to want to get all those out now.
Bad
Why? Oh,
how did it happen?
Go first.
Now I'm terrified. I'm gonna have.
I'm using this one.
Okay,
It was a 2!
I evened it out. I got a nat 20.
What? For real?
Randy's rolling for me
Wasted all
tonight.
these rolls.
It's not gonna happen again. Watch the ones are gonna come. It's fine.
I apologize for holding everything up.
Oh, it's A-okay. But you can apologize by starting off by telling us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, everyone. I'm Wes. I played Dragon Tagir. Not going to make the Smurf comment this week. Dragon is a Deskwalker Magus, and we're both he/him.
Yeah. Next up, we have Sam. Sam, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, it is Sam. It's wonderful to be back after weeks of traveling. Who do I play? Ichipakton Papaqui, I recall. Also known as La Pacifica Dorita. And our pronouns are she, her.
Awesome. Well, next up, we have Kylie. Kylie, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. I play Shionobis, the Elven Ranger, and we both go by she, her.
Excellent. Excellent. Next up, we have Sidney. Sidney, please tell me who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Yalla! My name is Sidney Rubino. My pronouns are she, her. I play Alona, the half-elf cloistered cleric, and her pronouns are also she, her.
Nice. Well, next up, we have Randy. So good to see you back. Now, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Howdy. I'm Randy Alvarenga. I play Lothir Vanlinson, our human druid from Brack. I'm super excited to be back and actually not just on my couch coughing. So I feel much better. So yeah.
Well, that just leaves a little me. My name is PJ Megaw. I am the GM of Edge of Legend here. Productions Official. I completely got... Remember last week we were doing our outros early in the beginning? Yeah, my brain went halfway through that. So anyway, PJ, he, him, I'm the GM. Without further ado, let's let you know what you missed last week on Edge of Legend. Now, if you haven't had a chance to check us out on youtube.com/Nat20Prods, you can see the Queen of Recap doing her wonderful recapping of episode 47. So you know this, if you want to go check it out. But here's what you missed. It's so much. So they survived the end of the Dragon Ball match. Thankfully, Dragon didn't crush Rookie when the enlarge spell wore off, but they talked about it, and Dragon decided to let Rookie basically grow up a little bit and become a big dragon before maybe coming back and seeing if they wanted to go on adventures together. Now, that being said, the party decided they had to get to the first step of tempering Tobias' soul, the first one being a forgiveness between father and son. And there was some a lot of discussion how to do this. Alona looked at that magical door that she has. It lets her go into people's minds. And after a while, and explaining it to Tobit, they decided to go into Tobit's mind and hopefully get some opportunity there to have a deeper connection between Tobias and Tobit. And that they did. 3 doors is always in the mind. And there they saw Tobit becoming chosen to be a part of the cycle, to be the 8th cycle champion, the wedding day, and then the final days. All of this showing a man afraid of destiny, afraid of joy, and afraid of family. All 3 things he always wanted, but then when you know you have to die for a greater world peace, it's kind of hard to allow yourself a family, a child, and a life. With the heroes, personifying the gods that they inhabited in episode 100. They were there to help this poor man come to grips with what he had to do and what he was going through. And then a fourth door kind of unlocked in the psyche. The final days, a desperate need for a dying man to ask someone to tell his son he's sorry. And in that moment, they watched the death of Tobit. Well, the dying of Tobit, as the villagers of Dragon's Grave quickly worked to put his dying form into a blue rock cocoon and kept him underwater for almost a generation. Coming out of that, Tobit and Tobias finally at last were able to have a conversation about how they hurt other people, and eventually forgiving themselves and each other. And with that, a big beam of light struck Tobias, and the sound of a shattering occurs, and the kind of steely blue eyes of Minerva that he's been using to hide who he really is broken, and the true shimmering platinum eyes of Azamat radiate from within him now. And from that moment, they decide the next step is to now temper his sword to the martyr's prayer in the tomb of Amal. Going to Isuo, they needed a quick shot to get there. They decided the best way to do that, since the mountain range the tomb of Amal is in Acadia, was to go to Acadia. Isuo seems to go through their golden door. They come out and they said, everything's taken care of. Just get the hell out as soon as you can. And good luck with the tomb of Amal. You will be judged and scrutinized heavily in the room of the martyr. Good luck. With that, they left their house, and a guard retinue was already there to make sure that the heroes were quickly and safely taken out of Acadia. It was a lot. Now here we are. I'm going to turn it back to the heroes of tomorrow, the legends themselves. Let's take it from here. What do you want to do?
Leave.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of being here.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have loved to be able to, like, stay at an inn or something, but I guess that's off the table. I'm tired.
As soon as we get out of the city, we'll find somewhere to camp on our way to the tomb, and we'll take a nap. But here's the thing. I'm not entirely comfortable here. I don't know how Lothier feels, but I would rather not spend as much time in the city as possible.
Yeah, I want to get out as soon as possible. And you just see him as he's walking, and we're walking, he's kicking the dirt just a little bit as he takes each step. It's kind of like a child, like, that's trying not to have a temper tantrum, but like definitely not happy.
Yeah,
how's morale? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh,
Wes.
Dragon was going to talk to Lothier, but go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Everything all right, Lothier? What's up?
Yeah, everything's fine, I guess. It's just this place. I don't like it. Too many memories of stuff.
Okay. Oh, yeah. All right. Got it.
Yeah.
Katie had bad history.
I look over at Alona and I'm like, yeah. You know, we're both not feeling it here.
Yeah, how's Morel doing?
Yeah.
Well, being that Morel is probably about a head or two taller than everyone here, and is about the size of a brick house, he just straightening up, popping out his chin, and just looking dead ahead. They see me. If they don't, they don't. Not much else he can do. He's wearing big, bright armor, big old shield.
Can we disguise him or something to make him more comfortable, or is he insistent on staying himself and walking head high
Good question.
right through the middle of town?
Are there any stalls that sell very large blankets?
Morel, personally, does not mind being seen here, though he understands the past with his dad and his time as basically all the backstory drama that comes with his hometown. He's still trying to keep some stiff upper lip and pride, but for tactics' sake, for your all's sake, he kind of does say, if you think a disguise is a good idea, I'll be more than happy to wear one.
No,
I don't want to get any attention that'll get you all in trouble.
Morale, I don't.
Um,
I'm not worried about us. We'll be fine and we'll handle it. But I just want to make sure you're okay. You know, as much as Lothier and I have, you know, obviously a lot of problems with this place, you kind of, you know, I'm not downplaying our experiences, but you know, this is a lot for you, and I just want to make sure you're okay. I don't care if people see you with us.
Oh,
Do you?
thank you, Alona. I don't care who sees me with anyone. If I love them and I'm traveling with them, I don't give a damn. But I don't want them to be mad at me and then turn that on to you. So if it makes you safer for having me wear like a cloak or something, I don't mind.
Do you really think that people are going to react adversely to you? Do you think that the general consensus is that your dad was right?
I don't know. When your dad's the king of an empire, people sometimes just go along with it because it's easier. Or they're under orders, either way.
out of curiosity, and this is, would Dragon know of any conflicts between Svigar and Acadia?
Oof. I think you would know that. I think you would know that Acadia does not consider Svigar to be tactically necessary for any operations, exports or imports. They respect your warriors and way of life, but quite frankly,
We're too far away for them to care.
you're in a snowy, barren North continent with nothing except fighters and fur, and they're like, "Nah, we're good. We don't need that. We're good.
It's too damn cold.
It's too damn cold."
It's like invading Russia.
Yeah.
No one can do it.
Well, that was kind of the idea. It's like, have they tried it before and it just didn't go well, or are they just kind of like, ooh, we're not gonna touch that.
They've definitely traded with y'all, but they sure as hell do not have any tactical, like military tactical reason to invade you all. They're like, nah, that's an over there problem. They can be cold. I'm happy here.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, probably one of the only countries that hasn't had beef with Acadia at some point in time.
I mean, why would you want to be cold and go against a bunch of people who are really good at fighting? It just doesn't sound like the best choice tactically.
Yeah. Valid. So now that we know that morale is okay, let's GTFO.
Please.
Okay. Sure. So in that case, I will hand wave that you leave the city, and I think you're in like the major capital. So even as you leave the city, as you're walking away from the massive stone walls with dozens, if not hundreds, of guards who, out of respect, salute you, but you know their faces aren't very happy because they're like, "I'm a guard," and you still run into small, like, fringe villages as you leave. If you want to stop in by one of the fringe villages, you can. If you want to go until there is no Akkadian civilization in sight, you can also do that too.
I want to do that, but as we're walking throughout town, can I like perceive if people notice morale?
I want to do that too.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check. If anyone else wants to make a perception
Yeah,
check, go
I
right
do.
ahead.
I do.
That's a 20 for
But-
Dragon.
I want
Dice.
to perceive our guards and how they're reacting to
Yes.
both me and Alona, and like, you know, specifically because
You mean can they tell that? Okay.
I mean, they can tell I'm from Brack. Like
They-
I look like I'm from Brack pretty strongly.
This is fair.
Dragon's trying to perceive how everyone is reacting to morale. He wants to see if they're reacting positively or negatively.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Dragon
And
has
also-
those.
Yeah.
And she's gonna perceive just what's going on because she feels like she really hasn't been paying attention while she's been here.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a 32
32.
on perception.
All right.
30.
38. All right.
29.
29. Was yours, Kylie?
37.
37. Okay. So, Dragon coming in hot with that 20.
Yeah.
You see there are definitely people looking in your direction. You can't quite read their intent or their subtleties, but you can tell that there are people looking at you all.
Paying attention. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Ichi, the kind of vibe that you're getting is a lot of confusion because there is a guard unit basically escorting like 4 or 5 very interesting people from around the world out of one of the major capitals of, the land of heroes in the free world. And they're like, what's going on over there? So there's a lot of confusion.
Do they feel like just confused vibes? Or like they're like having a good day and confused? Or they're angry at stuff and they're confused? Like, what are the vibes?
Having a good day or maybe a normal day and also confused.
Okay, then I'll like flex just to add a little bit more confusion.
You see a few people start kind of clapping. They're like, ooh, she's strong. Let's see here. So Randy, you want to be the guard specifically, correct?
Yeah. Our escort. How are they reacting to us?
All right. So you have a retinue of 4 guards, and they're making 2 in the front, 2 in the back, basic posts. And you can tell 2, if not 3 of them look bittersweet. You're starting to pick up the vibe that they know Morel. They know Morel very well, probably served with him in occupations in the military. And this is the first time they've gotten to see him in about 3 to 4 years. And it's being kicked out of his home. So it's bittersweet. The 4th one probably doesn't know who Morel is at all and is just no thoughts, all orders, let's go. And now, Sidney, you wanted to see how they were kind of vibing you?
No, I just wanted to see everything. I wanted to see. I wasn't thinking about everything. I wasn't thinking about like specifically. I mean, I don't know. I am wearing robes that are religious, which is not great.
That's fair. You do sense some of the people in town are extremely curious by you. Not like angry, not confused, they're curious. And you meet eyes with one woman who gives you a knowing look, and you recognize from how she's wearing her hair, she's a former battle sister from Bettrane's pilgrimage out in the middle of the Acadian desert.
Oh, they made it!
Is that the group that we met when we first started?
Yes.
Whoa!
Nope, for
No, not that
clarification,
group.
Morel's sister is basically the lead battle nun of a convent of battle nuns out in the middle of the Acadian desert. They're the ones currently babysitting Joey for you. This is a former, for lack of a better word, a former battle nun who's now back in Acadia. She's much older, has a beautiful like salt and pepper, almost gray hair, and she's looking at you and she goes, yeah. I recognize you.
Battle nun.
Yeah.
I will say that is my favorite description I've ever heard, a battle nun, and I love it.
Very good. Ilona's gonna sidle up to next to Shonibus and go, "Do you see that? Do you see her?
What? Where? Huh? Where?
That one. That one over there. I was just reminded about Joey.
Oh, is he still alive?
Yes, he's still alive.
I don't know. We haven't seen him in like months.
Well, yeah, because we're going.
Have
on
you sent him a letter?
I sent him an Xbox. Not the same. A Dream Maker 5. 3, my lord. 4?
6.
6?
6.
Is
So-
that how you
so
do
this-
6 with your hands?
Yeah, so
Yes.
it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So they can count on one hand. So even when they do like 16, it's just the 6 and you wag it. So that's how you know it's 16.
That's
Cool.
that's interesting and cool. I like that.
So a dream. I can't figure spell that. I forget. But so a Dream Maker 6.
They really just keep coming out with these new consoles. It's hard to keep up with.
It really is. But I hope he's enjoying it. I kind of miss him.
Now, that being said,
So you're
Kylie,
gonna assume he's alive. Okay.
You guys are real dark about this child.
This Joey.
I
Yeah,
don't like this child.
Why don't?
I
What's
don't-
a child? What's wrong with a child?
This child is creepy to me. All of a sudden he just showed up. We don't know who he is. We don't know where he's from. You're telling me that this isn't some eldritch god? I've had a demon after me for
Don't talk about our son.
Yeah, I'm
for
gonna.
literal years.
I'm gonna just throw this out there randomly. All right. You met Lothier after he was thrown out of the earth in an egg, a stone egg, and you met me randomly as well. And I'm a Duskwalker, and
look at
like
him.
you're questioning this random child that you gave games to. Did he do anything bad to you?
Yes. Not yet, but I'm waiting for it. Okay, but at least you can look at me and you can say, "Hey, this is my name. I'm from here. Here's my whole life story." This kid's got nothing.
Because
He
he's a
didn't even have
child.
name.
I mean,
No.
That life
He's
story
old
is
enough to
kind of
know.
small.
How old
But I
is
mean,
he?
That
I-
doesn't. He's like 7. PJ.
So kids get trauma all the time and they forget their entire childhood. That's kind of how things work.
I don't
when you have
Ooh, look at the time talking about children and trauma. Oh, Dragon, don't you have to be like over here
yes.
instead for a little bit? And then she'll turn around to Shionomis, just be like,
really fast. Speaking of Kylie, so with your perception check, are you looking for anything specific, or just kind of looking for something?
I'm just sensing any hostility coming from anywhere and everywhere.
You, thankfully, don't sense any hostility. Again, there's a lot of confusion. The military on hand has a bittersweet emotion about this, or they have kind of a frustrated indifference. But you do pick up one bombastic, one energetic burst of excitement. And as you're looking through the city on your way out, you see a very handsome Acadian man with like this like very nice like thin mustache, kind of like almost drawn on. Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of it, and I feel so bad. But that beautiful eye makeup, the masculine eye makeup.
Cole?
Yes, and very awesome, gorgeous golden purple robes, and he's looking directly at Morel, and he is just saying, Captain, it has been years since I've seen your face. And you see Morel like a dog who senses another dog in the yard who wants to play with the other dog in the yard. He kind of perks and looks, and he just like he's walking, but you can tell he wants to run away and be with this man. And under his breath, you just hear him say, Hamas, it's been years since I've last seen you. But there's hundreds of feet in between. They're just yelling at each other or talking to each other across the city square as they're leaving.
I mean,
Peers.
we could take
Would
a-
I know who that is?
I'm going to say, give me a society check to recall knowledge.
Yes.
And
No.
anyone else can attempt this if you've like assumed he's probably hung out with Morel and talked about his past once or twice.
That's a dirty 20.
Oh, that's me.
I
God
mean, we
damn it.
got very drunk and talked about lots of things, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try.
And I know Morel and Lothier have been on a few night watches where things got very personal, so I will allow
You're
that as well. And
right.
Sam, you're a wrestler, so I'm sure you've had a few wrestling matches and some bro time afterwards.
Right.
what's the skill?
Society to recall knowledge.
Oh, PJ, may I say that I've taken a feat called dubious knowledge. May I use this?
You know what? I'm here for a challenge. Yeah, let's go with let's use dubious knowledge if they got some forbidden details. Yeah.
It says I learned a little bit of true knowledge and a little bit of erroneous knowledge, but I don't know which is which.
Well, I got something good for you then. Okay.
So long as I don't wait. If I wait. If I fail, I get some dubious knowledge.
Okay.
Is this
there,
two
okay.
truths and a lie as a game mechanic?
Yep.
Oh, that's a 9 on the die face, so I'm gonna just kind of assume that's.
Probably. So you're saying if you fail, you just get a lie?
So it says, I'm a treasure trove of information, but not all of it comes from reputable sources. When you fail, but not critically fail. So let's see, that's a society. That'll be a 16. You learn a bit of true knowledge and a bit of erroneous knowledge, but I don't know which is which.
Okay,
So,
cool.
Above critical fail, I still get a little of truth, but who knows which one it is.
Okay, I'll give you one truth and one lie.
I love this.
It's pretty fun.
I'll give you one truth and one lie. I think we're gonna like these, but I want to get everyone else's rolls too. So remind me, Sam, later for your one truth and one lie.
29.
29, excellent. Sydney,
I got a dirty 20.
20. Thank you so much for reminding me. Kylie,
28.
28. Wes,
It was 21.
21. Okay, so everyone except Sam, the information you are going to remember, Morel talked about when he was the head captain in charge of the occupation of Orr, designed to be a protective unit, to basically be a PR campaign to make Orr and Acadia friends. Hamaz was his best friend, his only confidant, and his lieutenant in arms. So they did everything together, and if it wasn't for Rebecca and Hamaz, he would have been completely alone in Orr, fighting for people that actively didn't want him there. So Hamaz is his best friend for a long time. And if you'd like to say that, they were roommates, hey, it happens. It's quite possibly true.
So what you're saying is we've just run into Morel's ex.
You're running into his best friend and possibly kissing partner.
So is Acadia is Sparta? Is what you're telling me?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's really more like we love each other.
That's fair.
What that means today and tomorrow doesn't matter. What matters, it means right now. Right now it means we're best friends. Tomorrow it means I'm going to hold you in the night. And tomorrow morning it means we're going to be bros. And that's just their relationship.
Sparta.
I lost my pen because I threw it.
Quick, give us a ton of lore.
I will give. I'm gonna be generous because now I'm kind of excited about this. I'm gonna give you 3 bits of information, Sam.
Ooh, 3.
One is a lie.
Okay.
You have this. I'm not telling you which
Dubious.
one.
We're calling it dubious, PJ.
So the 3 things that you've heard Morel say about his friend Hamaz in the time that you've been traveling is: number 1, Hamaz is the leader of the arts and theater in Acadia. He worked really hard to build the art and theater district, basically taking it from old passion plays and turning it into style and substance, dealing with basically reflecting a mirror of the world and humanity. Number 2, Hamaz is one of the few leaders of the religious revolution front in Acadia, designed to fight against Nimrod the 14th, aka Morel's dad, and reinstitute religious freedoms in Acadia. And number 3, Hamaz is an active worshiper of Afra in rebellion.
When you say Afra in rebellion, what is that? Can you elaborate on that sentence?
Sure. So he is, according to this bit of information, worshiping the same goddess that Ilona is worshiping, but he's doing it out of spite.
Okay.
And it should be noted, when Afra did ascend, she did so in a burning building, standing off against Akkadian inquisitors at the time. So in theory, being an Akkadian and worshiping Afra is kind of rebel as shit. Rebel as fuck.
If that's the truth, though.
Dracon really likes this
You don't
person.
know. It's 3 bits of information. What's true and what's wrong, or what's true and what's a lie.
Ichi relays all this information and says, wow, can you imagine being both a revolutionary and a theater actor?
Sounds right up your alley, Ichi.
And one of you. What kind of?
I think we should invite them out for a drink for sure. Like, Morel, don't you want to hang out with your friend?
And I like elbow you really hard. And I go, we can't hang out with his friend because of the guards.
We can't hang out with his friend here, but if we take him with us for a second.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Hearing that, what is the ground beneath us made out of?
Magically reinforced, very well polished, kind of a golden sandstone.
Sandstone. I want to. How much mud would be made if I were to trip and fall and accidentally spill all of my water on the ground?
I would say enough for 1 spell component worth.
Oh, that's useful. I'm going to send a message to this individual over across the ground from us. So I first I fall.
Oh, you're all right?
Oh no! Look at that! And you see me pick up the water bottle, and then as I'm grabbing for it, you see me like purposely squeeze more on the ground. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh man, you're so clumsy like that, Lothier. I mean, this happens so often, often.
Hey.
Ichi picks up what you're putting down, and she's like, "Wait, let me help." And then she's gonna produce ice.
Oh my god.
All right. So then,
Dracon is gonna sneeze and cast spout and make a bunch of water come out of nowhere. Magic! I'm so sorry. That was an accident. My fault.
that's how magic works.
So this secret whisper is now basically a magic megaphone because there's just so much mud now.
Well, I'm just gonna send him a message, and then I'm gonna cast that mud message spell, telling him we can't talk here. I'm a friend of Morel, and we're heading to this place. It would be really awesome if you met us there when the guards aren't here. With that kind of emphasis.
So you tell him I'm gonna go to the tome of Amal, or the tomb of Amal. You see Hamas just kind of like cover his face, bend the knee, kind of like lament, and then starts writing in the mud. And you see him respond with, "I'll get my swords," and he gets up and walks away.
Yes.
And then you see me stand up, brush myself off, and go, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, yeah, me too. Sorry about the sneeze. It's just, this happens to us all the time.
How annoyed is our envoy?
So your escort sees you fall down, and they're already like trying to bend down to extend a hand to help you up, and then everyone starts dogpiling on top of you, and you see them kind of recoil a bit, going, "You know what? It's not my business. It is not my business." And then once everyone's done, everything is they kind of look at you and they go, "Are you okay?" Sometimes the flagstones, they're not always perfectly even. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry, Lothier. I'm so embarrassed.
I am
This
going
happens
to
all the time.
I'm going to take some of the mud and like flick it off, and it lands on one of the guards on purpose.
You seem kind of like, oh,
Oh, let me
it
help you.
happens. No.
Pick
it's
up
okay.
an ice cube and just start rubbing it.
Nope, you're
It's
literally
okay.
just
This
making.
gets it out
You're
every
literally
time.
just making it worse.
And
You're
no,
literally
it-
just making
It
it
has
worse.
to get worse before it gets better.
I mean, it's not a broken arm. It's just mud on my uniform. I'll be fine.
Oh,
Thank you. And you see all this training starts kicking in, and he just like kind of dissociates and shuts down while you start cleaning everything. And then after minutes, he just goes, "All right, we're good then." All right.
no, actually, it doesn't look good, but I think we have to go.
It's all right. Requisitions will take care of it. Let's go. And with that, they continue to escort you out of town.
I am going to just give Ichi a big hug because that made me happy.
How pleasant.
So after some time, the guards kind of break off and kind of form like a 4-person wall behind you. They salute you, and then they just kind of say, good luck in Acadia. Toodles.
Thank you.
Good luck with the stains.
Requisition's is gonna have my ass for this one. And with that, the 4 guards proceed inside while the patrol just kind of, kick dirt. So you're going straight to the tomb of Amal, or are you going to stop somewhere and rendezvous with your new friend Hamas? What's the plan?
Rendezvous and rest.
Rendezvous and rest. We need to restore things.
Okay.
Like spell slots.
HP and spells, please.
So I'm going to give you a few options. Let's make it 2 for the sake of ease. 1, try to find one of the local fringe villages to get a tavern night for the tavern room for the night, or go a little bit further into the wilderness where you're completely alone and just set up a camp. I mean, you're right on the excerpts, fringes of the most powerful capital on the planet. If there's bandits here, they're stupid.
I like that one. The
yeah,
second
let's
one.
do that. Also, just so we don't have to worry about. I don't want anyone else to give us a hard time.
I mean, that'd probably be the last thing that they do, to be honest with this group.
All right, so camping in the forest. As you go through the beautiful hodgepodge of almost bright, arid, dry land, and then lush green fields, and I mean, it's gorgeous to take it all in. You get to the forest. You see a combination of beautiful valleys and running rivers and trees, and it's stunning. And as you start to kind of make your way to where you would set up camp, you see a gentleman just kind of posting up on a tree, wearing a gold and purple robe and very similar officer's armor, and 2 really badass looking swords just kind of on his back. And he just kind of sits there on the tree, and he just goes, "It's a pleasure to meet you with guards not around."
What does Morel do?
Yeah.
Morel just kind of looks at everyone, kind of like, again, like a dog that wants to go run off and play. And he's like, and he starts slowly kind of meandering, and then he looks to Hamaz, and arms go out wide. A quick kind of skip and kind of just breaks into a full-out run. Hamaz opens his arms and just starts barreling for Morel. They clamor with the sound of military armor and the laughters and shrieks and cries of 2 good friends that love each other dearly. Morel picks him up, and Hamaz just laughs so hard he's in tears, and then he puts him down, and they just hand on shoulders, look at each other in the eyes, and just start catching up. They're speaking like really, really high level Acadian, and they're just going off like a mile a minute, catching up in mere seconds. And Morel is just laughing his ass off, and then eventually everything kind of dies down a bit, and Hamaz takes a gentle hand and puts it on Morel's face and whispers something to him with a smile. And then they stop and they start speaking common as Hamaz says, "What am I doing? I have not met your friends. Hello, everyone. My name is Hamaz. I'm a friend of Morel's from a different life. And I hear one of you is his little partner. That's good to hear. Who's that?
We're all partners in adventure.
Meanwhile, Dragon is just like pointing to Alona.
Same.
Everyone's doing like the YMCA over to Alona, and then there's Ichi going like, we're all partners if you think about it.
She's thinking, he says partner, and she's thinking about her potentially dubious knowledge that he is a theater actor, and she immediately thinks business partner.
Ichi already owns a theater. Why not own a few more?
What could it possibly do? So to that, Hamas sees you, gets just a devilish grin, and looks over to Morel. Do you speak Akkadian, Sidney?
Oh shit, do I?
I know you speak Common and Origin.
I don't think I have that on my sheet, so I guess not. I would have thought I would have.
I mean, I'm sure you would have picked up some of it.
Okay.
No,
I'll say this.
no Morel love poems. I mean, come on.
Well, I'll get to that in a bit. But Hamas does look over to Morel, and he just says something in Akkadian, and Morel just beat with a big embarrassed like chuckle and grin. And Hamas walks over to Sidney, and in Origin, he basically says like a greeting, like, and the sun greets you too.
Oh. Hi.
Hi.
Handshake?
I mean, I'm more of a hugger.
Okay.
And now, much like Morel, now he's just big warrior hug, lifts you up, and laughs tremendously as he puts you down. And he gives you a great big kiss on your forehead. And he says, "Amen, Morel, you found a good person here."
Can I tell if he worships Afra?
Give me a religion check.
Okay. He's wearing purple.
Purple and gold are the colors.
They are the colors. They are exactly the colors. Wow. Yeah. I keep forgetting how dummy thick my religion is. It's 37.
37. You look and you see a nice assortment of jewelry on Hamas. And on his bracelet, on his wrist, he has a series of bracelets. One of them has a few charms on them. One bears the symbol of his unit with Morel, one bears the symbol of his home in Acadia, and one is a very subtle, extremely subtle, deconstructed nod to the holy symbol of Afra.
Got it.
It's enough that you could argue that it's not. But he's like, no, I know what this is.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Yes?
He's got swords.
Yes, two of them.
He's got 2 swords. And he worships Afra in secret.
Mm-hmm.
Not a
Can I
secret. I
do-
know this, Alona.
Right, sorry. We didn't confirm knowledge. I just speaking, little Ichi on my shoulders telling me this.
Evil Ichi. Is there a good and evil Ichi, or is it like good Shionibus, evil Ichi? How does that work?
It's
Why do you assume
I wouldn't
Ichi's the bad
put
one?
Shionibus as good.
there's
Just a
probably
guy.
just a Shionibus and an other Shionibus for certain occasions.
Yes. Anytime Alona lies, it's Shionibus on her shoulder.
Yes, do it, my child. Do it.
And then there's Dragon, who's just the intrusive thoughts. Like, why shouldn't you climb that statue of something? Like, go ahead.
And then when it's anything to do with love or kindness, it's Lothier.
Aw.
Oh.
Ichi is the one. Ichi is definitely an impulsive thought. Ichi's the impulse that's like, yes, you should go say that thing. Say it.
Ichi's impulsive thought, Dragon's impulsive actions.
That's yes, 100%.
Beautiful. What was I doing? Right.
Having a realization about Afra.
Yeah, I
Swords.
was. Hey, can I roll another religion check? Uh-huh.
Sure,
Can I talk to Afra about maybe this guy?
go
Is
right
this
ahead.
is this guy the guy? Is he the guy? Is he
Yeah,
the guy?
you can make a religion check. Go right ahead.
Religion?
Mm-hmm.
15 plus 21. It's a lot of numbers.
36.
36.
Thank
36.
you.
So you hear a voice in the back of your head. It's clearly Alpha trying to speak with you, and she says, "I mean, he could be. He's definitely down for like throwing a few fireballs where they need to go."
That's not a definitive answer.
Wait, did we just find Dragon's best friend?
Afra laughs with you, and she says, He definitely cares, but he worships me out of rebellion, and I don't know. But then again, rebels make the best champions."
No. No. I don't think that's it. You're testing me somehow. Somehow this is not this what like are you like saying it like it's my decision whoever becomes your person?
Saying that there's billions of people on this planet. Sometimes it's hard to figure out the right one out of a billion. Even for gods.
All right.
Now that's
Well.
some dubious knowledge.
Okay. Well, I will keep looking. Alona looks a little disappointed and nobody knows why. Yeah. No, go ahead, PJ.
No, I was just going to ask if there was any other thoughts or desires before going down for the night, etc., etc.
Oh, 100%. Dragon was hearing about the revolution, so he's gonna walk up to both of them and be like, "So, we're overthrowing a kingdom?"
Okay. You say that out loud to Morel and Hamas both.
Oh, absolutely.
So Hamas's face just gets dead serious, and he turns to you and he says, "How dare you? I gave my body, my life, my blood to my home. I am an officer of Acadia, and I shall not stand for bloody violence against it."
I mean, I didn't say what kingdom, but you just assumed things. But that's fine.
I am also fucking with you. Yes, we are. We both know what you're talking about, and I'm just messing with you. Of course.
That's good. That's quite good. Because we really like Morel, and they threw him out, and I don't really like that so much.
Yeah. And he kind of looks at Morel and he says, that was kind of a rough year.
Wait.
Hmm.
Does Hamas know about Rachel?
He does.
Wait, so Hamas knows that Rachel's alive?
Oh, alive. Are you asking this in character or out of character?
I'm asking out of character. I guess I wouldn't know unless I asked in character.
I mean,
Okay,
it's asking a
fine.
lot. Yeah.
Alright, fine. I'm gonna jab Morel with my elbow. Hey,
What'd I do?
nothing. What? Nothing.
I thought, okay. No, I'm confused. I'm being jabbed. I don't know what.
Tell him
Tell him what?
about Rachel.
Oh. Oh, goodness. Hamas, I don't know if you know her, but Rachel is alive. She's alive and well. I mean, she's lost her sight, but she's gained so much heart. And Amal steps back and looks really sad. I know she's alive. I've known that she was alive.
Okay. Why do you look so upset about that?
It's a long story, and it has to do with stuff I think you already know or probably have heard too much about. So, why don't we all change the subject or enjoy a nice dinner and camp and then go to the Tomb of the Mall?
Yeah.
All right. Drayon's gonna lean into Lothier. Do you know who Rachel is?
No idea.
Okay, everyone just got really serious.
Right, it was kind of scary.
Yeah, it was a little scary and a little awkward.
All right, I'm putting it in our ask the group about this adventure notes.
Okay.
Would the players like some context about the Rachel? Because I do believe Randy and Wes were there when you all met her. So I just want to make sure. If you want to know, I can give you an out of character.
Yes, please.
Okay. When you went out looking for Tobias when he ran off to go be the guy who just kind of defends people aimlessly in the Nineveh sector, eventually you pushed through and went to Ore proper. There, you met a blind woman who knew Morel from when he was a captain there. And Rachel was the little girl that called him Beardy Man and was the only friend besides Hamas during his time in duty.
Got it. Okay.
And it was the whole Vargas thing, too.
I do remember that.
Okay. And you see him as he's writing the note goes, "Oh, yeah." And then I scratch it out and then tell him.
Oh, yeah. Look.
It was that person.
We've met a lot of people.
It's like every other day.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to meet this, and he underlines Joey character.
Yeah,
there's
some feelings.
They have an
about
entire
those.
they have an entire child that
I know,
they
right?
didn't tell us about for like half the
Just
adventure
left them somewhere.
with some random battle nuns.
No, right? Come on.
Ichi kind of like slides up. She's like, well, they didn't just leave him. He had video games.
He did have video games. I still don't quite understand what a video game is, but I'll accept it.
Okay. So with that, would you like to go to a campfire and then do basically an entire night's rest and then get ready for the next day?
Ichi would like to, as everyone's getting cozy by the campfire, she'll like kind of wait for a lull, make sure no one has anything else important to say to Hamas, and then she'll go up to him and be like, "Hey, I'm Ichi.
Hello, my name
Good
is
to meet you.
Hamas. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I've heard so much about you, and I just want to know, what is your favorite of the classics?"
Classics. Do you mean like classic what's exactly?
The classic plays.
Oh,
Like, what have you done? I want.
turns around, opens up a sack, pulls out something, and a huge leather tome with a cord wrapped around it. Opens it up. You see a bunch of playbills for all of the plays with his name on it, like directed by, written by, produced, by. And he's like, one of my theories is why like classics when you can make new classics of your own? Go ahead. And he hands them to you. These are all the plays that I've been doing in the past 5 years. And there's like 30 in this damn book.
Ichi loses her goddamn mind. And she is just devouring these like mentally and just chatting with him about all of it. And Randy. And just like having the time of her life. And I think at some point she takes one over to Alona and says, after all this is over, do you think he'd do like a traveling play with the theater company?
Yeah, I mean, you have the entire revolution in Acadia to address first, I think, but
It's gonna be
if
fine.
that goes well, what?
It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, sure.
All I know is that a lot of times performance ability is greatly correlated with the ability to be a hero. I mean, look at me.
Yes, you're correct. This is accurate.
And look at him. And she holds up like 4 plays that have playbills that like have his name.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. He hasn't
It's
really
pretty
told me
impressive.
much about the whole Nimrod thing though.
Yeah, there's a whole history with that. Morel's dad isn't exactly the most understanding individual in the entire world. I mean, we've met him once. He was there at when we had the big meeting about like the war. He was there and it was very uncomfortable. But yeah, no, he's very anti-religion.
PJ, do any of these plays that he has written seem to deal with that issue in a metaphorical way?
Give me. Do you have lore theater or lore?
I have gladiatorial and I have performance.
I'll give you performance for recall knowledge. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
I am now an expert in performance. I just want everyone to know. 25.
25. You see that everything Hamas has been writing and directing and producing seems to speak about something else, but you get the subtle implications that he's talking about a lot of things, especially like overthrowing Nimrod the 14th and trying to, return to religious freedoms.
It's all here, Alona.
What?
It's just everything he's been through. He's an artist.
You're right, Ichi. Really is. It's you should write something together.
Yeah. Okay. After the revolution.
After the revolution.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go. And she goes back to read and like talk with him about like metaphors and soliloquies. And that is it for Ichi today.
Absolutely. Anyone else want to have a moment before we kind of flash forward to the next day?
I'm just going to take a moment to meditate in this nature that you described so beautifully as such a beautiful place.
Full of beauty.
Right next, yeah, yeah. But thinking back to like his homeland and how desolate it is compared to all of this beauty that they have here, is a stark sort of difference for him. So he probably sleeps a little bit less than everyone because he is not super excited about being here, but he does enjoy the nature they have.
Dragon's gonna sit next to the fire, and he's just got his spell book open, and he's sitting there memorizing spells. So if anyone comments on what spells he's learning or
Fireball?
memorizing, you will.
I mean,
More fireball?
More fireball?
Maybe. Look, he learned a bunch of enlarged spells before. Okay. For the dragon fight.
Aww.
How's Shionibus doing?
She's just there. Right now, she's like leaning, like, I assume there's a log. It's like leaning against that log, like arms crossed, kind of just eyes closed, like as if your like dad is watching a movie with you. And you're like, are you awake? And you're like, yeah, I'm awake.
Alona's
Kinda-
gonna crawl over to you.
Look. But I'm meditating. I'm not sleeping. I am meditating.
Never mind. She's gonna leave you alone.
I mean, you can do what you want. You probably can't tell whether she's meditating or sleeping. That's up to you.
I feel like at some point when she was spending time with you in Nubia, she would have caught you doing this a few times, and so she's actually not sure. And so she'll just kind of go, like, crawl up to you and go, "Hey." Chio.
Hi. Yes.
Hey.
And she's gonna like open an eye. Yes.
Hey. You're really
Hi.
observant, right?
Yeah.
So, like, do you think that Hamas and Morel?
Or no, they fucked.
Really?
Have you seen him?
Yeah, I
Both
mean,
of them,
yeah.
really. But like,
Wow, I feel like I really overlooked this. It's not in any of the fan fiction, but
I'm sure if you look hard enough, I'm sure it's there.
you
Just haven't
know,
looked in the right places, you know?
that's a very good point. I
Just saying.
couldn't possibly have access to all the fan fiction in the world. I wonder if Ichi knows of this.
I was gonna say, I'd
Um,
ask Ichi. I'm sure she has like a little kind of sacred tome of fanfics.
Well, if Morel and Hamas like were together, then do you think that after the revolution they would want to get back together?
I don't know. Like he's with you currently, so not that in like you can't be with more person out like more than one time. But like I don't know. Maybe get this. Ask him.
Shionibus. The growth.
We're in like season 3. I had to have at some point.
Arc 3 probably. Arc 4? Arc 5?
7.
7 arcs? Lots of arcs in a
Who knows?
season. Yeah, no, you're right. I should ask. That's a good point. We just haven't even had the talk of like where we are yet, so I feel kind of weird asking about his past. Like, it's not like I'm owed any information, you know?
It's valid, but I mean, like, you guys are friends before anything, right? So, why
Yeah.
not just be like, hey, when y'all are sleeping, whatever, be like, psst, just like you just came up to me, be like, psst, hey, what is this thing? What are we? You know,
What are we?
I don't know.
Ah. Have you
I
ever
haven't had that
asked
conversation
someone?
with someone in a long time, so I don't know how you young people do it.
Young people. Oh, yeah, you're 2,000 years old. Sometimes I forget.
Me too.
But like in all the relationships that you've been in, I mean,
Hey, hold on.
Oh. you're what? There's
I have been in one.
that's a lie.
No. One officially, yes. We won't.
So Larry and Voss, it was never official.
So are you gonna go talk to your boyfriend or what?
Fine. I will go talk to my friend who happens to identify as male.
Good. I can't wait to know what he says.
Right. Of course.
Don't blush too hard. And she's going to like lean back and close her eyes again.
Alona's gonna crawl up to Lothier. Hey, Lothier.
Ah! Oh, hi. Sorry.
Hey. You're fine. Is everyone intense right now?
No, Dragon was actually about to go talk to Lothier too, so.
I'm glad one of y'all did. I'm suppressed.
Hey, Lothier.
Yeah.
You still have like a connection to Adaraya, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So, like, Morel and Hamaz. So Shionibus thinks...
Oh, absolutely. They fucked.
I know this is. I'm gonna give both Randy and Kai hero points. I just love that.
That's so good.
Right, yeah, okay. I thought so. So here's the thing. Morel and I haven't.
All right.
That's not a bad thing, right?
And then he sort of sits up. He turns in his seat and he goes, "Not at all. Alona, the way that man looks at you and the way you look at him, it doesn't take a god to know that you both are in absolute love. All right? And just because you haven't gotten to that point yet doesn't mean that you won't. And I can see it in your little face that you're nervous because of that, whatever that relationship was. But I think you should go and have a conversation with Morel about it if it's really weighing on your spirit that hard."
That's what Chio said too.
So why are you talking to me?
Shio said it a little differently. That's why.
Multiple perspectives, friendship, you know.
Well, I mean, if you need someone else to tell you, I mean, I'm sure everybody else here will say, Morel is the best person to have this conversation with. But I will let you know that you don't need to worry about whether or not he loves you. That is everyone in all of Acadia knows. So,
Thanks, Lothier.
yeah, of course. Glad to help.
I'm just gonna hug you.
He was sort of shocked by the sudden hug, but he hugs back.
She's gonna crawl away again.
If Dragon heard any of that, he'd be like, "Wait, you were asking relationship advice from Gianibus?"
She's gonna open an eye and be like, "Hey,
What?
I have good advice. I just don't take my own advice."
He's gonna just look at you and raise an eyebrow. Good advice?
Am I wrong?
When was the last time you gave someone relationship advice?
Just now, to Alona.
And what did she do?
She
went
literally just...
and asked someone else for advice immediately afterwards.
Okay, how about this? I gave advice to Tobias.
Mhm.
That's what I did. And it ended very well. Kind of. Maybe. I redact that last statement.
You hear a snort from the tent. What? You guys are being really loud. What's going on?
Nothing.
Are we having group meetings? Are we having a group discussion?
No, Dragon's just being mean, per usual.
Oh, okay. Nothing to talk about in the group with all of us?
We were talking maybe about fan fiction.
Oh. Yeah. I think I'm too tired to talk about fan fiction. But
Wait, are you sick?
No, just sleepy, but anytime when I'm awake, you were having a fan fiction conversation while I was sleeping?
It didn't start out like that, I promise.
That's not what you think.
Dragon just is whispering to the group, "Guys, I think we need to get Ichi coffee. If Ichi's too tired to talk about fan fiction, something is very wrong."
You're right.
We
Been a
had
while.
a thermos of the nitrogen stuff in our bag.
Each is like, I'll deal with this tomorrow.
I'm just gonna crawl away. No one else heard that, right? We're getting kind of loud. Morale's preoccupied.
Yeah. But just saying, Chia, like, there's a lot of things that I will ask for your advice on. That's just not. That's like the one that I wouldn't.
Oh, and you have all that relationship advice.
Oh, absolutely not. I would also be a terrible person, but at least I can admit that.
I have a
And why
question.
are you shitting on me?
Well,
PJ.
Lothier was a good one.
All right, hold on. Lothier, what's your question? Or Randy? What's your question?
I want to try to commune with the God of Love real quick and see a little bit on Chionibus and love.
Okay,
Oh.
so when you say Shionibus and love, do you mean you want to look into like their past relationships?
Just
Okay,
a little
now
bit, just a little bit.
with that we have to check in with Kylie. Kylie had do you
Makes sense.
consent to this? Do you want
Absolutely, absolutely. See
Okay.
this train wreck.
I wish everyone got their fans out. My fan is somewhere on this table, lost somewhere in my room.
I looked.
Desk area. When we come back from break, I'm gonna hunt it down. Okay, so what I'm gonna say then is I'm gonna say Adaraya will, big chesty laugh when he feels that you're connecting to him, and you feel a sense of a warm hug from behind, like, in his presence. And I'm gonna turn this over to Kylie, and y'all can talk because I'm not gonna speak for her. That's not my place.
So what does Adaraya tell me about?
So it's like an onion. It's in layers. That's for sure. So it starts off very nice. She's very young. And like absolutely just like head over heels for this person. Okay.
Mhm.
Then something happens and she's just like utter heartbreak, crushed, does not believe in anything anymore. Okay. Then there's like a little something later in life, but it never goes back to that very first time. And then it's just gone.
Is it gone or is it like
It's like
hidden? It's like,
the flame is like barely there.
oh, got it. So it's still there.
Like you can tell like the flame like grew really bright for a second and then she like just all of a sudden it just like puffed out.
Is
like,
there
you don't know what
anything I
happened.
get when I think of Chionibus and Tobias at all?
There's like a small flicker of a flame,
Fair,
but you
fair.
can't tell if it's
Right.
love. Like you can't tell if it's like romantic or friendship.
Yeah, which makes sense. But there's something there, which is nice.
But there's
So rewinding back, so that's happening while you guys are yelling at each other, talking about whether or not Chionibus should be able to give advice about love. And I just walk over to Dragon and I put my hand on his shoulder, and it is very different from how Lothier typically does it. It is very reminiscent of the God of Love. You would remember sort of the movement, just like a big hearty old pat on the back, and he goes, "You're wrong, my friend. Chionibus knows a lot about love."
Oh.
And then he just goes, "Yeah, so there you go."
All right.
And then he looks over at you, Chionibus, gives you a little wink, and then goes back to sitting on the ground.
Dragon's gonna give Chionibus a questioning look, like
He's
like
like Dragon
like,
question.
like a what just happened? Like Dragon is partially, like, mostly fucking with Chionibus right now, just because they have that relationship, and he's just like, what just happened?
What? Do you think I know?
Clearly something happened.
When have I ever talked about my love life?
Never.
Exactly.
Why do you think Alona came and talked to me?
All right, now really fast. Would you actually? This is my question. So I'm assuming eventually is gonna come down. Everyone's gonna have a great time. We're gonna wake up tomorrow and go to the tomb. Do you want Hamas to go with you to the tomb? Do you want him to wait back in camp? What do you want to do with Hamas's presence? Because currently it's 5 of you, Morel, Tobias, and Tobit.
I think we can send him on his way.
Okay.
There's a lot of NPCs for you to
With-
play,
with
and also he's got a rebellion to run, and he doesn't really need to be there.
And Alona feels a little bit jelly.
I
Little.
wish I could find my fan. I have so much to pop it on. Figure it out later.
I mean, we should definitely make sure to get some contact info, though, because after we're done the saving the world, Dragon's 100% down to take over an evil empire. Like, 100% on board.
Rebellion in Acadia? 100% here for it.
Yep. Dragon doesn't even have any problems against Acadia. He just... It sounds fun to him.
Amazing.
Rebellion.
Very valid. Very valid. Okay, cool. So Hamas will be going back to Acadia. Let me make a note of that. He will give you all some message scrolls that connect to basically this really beautiful ear cuff that he's got, like a gold metallic ear cuff, and he's like, if you use this scroll to say anything, I'll get it.
Did we just get disposable, like, throwaway phones?
Yeah, you got burners to his Bluetooth. That's exactly what happened.
I love
Not on purpose, mind you. I was like, how are they going to communicate with this guy magically long distance?
I love that so much.
Ilona's gonna approach Ichi. I wonder if,
Is this
that's
still
how
nighttime?
Is it? Oh, have
Yeah.
we woken up at
No.
this point?
And she's like, what?
Oh, still no. Oh, crap. Damn, I keep waking
Ugh.
everybody up. Ilona's so anxious, she just forgets
That no one else is aware.
when no one.
What's up? Alona, I'm awake. I'm awake.
Sorry. Well, we just got some paper to contact your friend again, Hamas. So if you need
My
to-
friend?
Yeah.
Thought he was Morel's friend.
Well, you guys hit it off really well, right?
Oh, it's all business.
Oh. Well,
Yes,
now you can
I have an artist's appreciation for his artistry.
Mm-hmm. I can appreciate that. Hey, so I know you said you were too tired to talk about fan fiction.
No, I'm not. I'm
Okay.
awake.
Okay.
Okay, I'm awake. What you
I
looking
was-
for?
Wondering if there was any fan fiction of Morel that mentioned this person.
That guy?
Yes.
No. Well, I mean, not that I know of. Like, I didn't really know that much about him, so I mean, I write it, right?
Right. Yeah.
So it's
Yes.
like I can't. Well, them?
Yes.
I could see that. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, do you want that? Do you want me to write it?
I don't. You don't have.
I'm awake
not,
now.
I'm not asking.
I'm
I was
awake.
just-
Honestly, I don't know if I can go back to sleep now because it's like an idea. Like, they have to put on a play together. He's this understudy. Writes itself. Okay. All right. Thanks, Lona. Don't worry. I'll have this ready for you by tomorrow. Just starts writing.
Oh my god.
If Dragon hears any of that, Dragon's just not going to say anything, just staring at Alona like this.
Alona's gonna crawl into her tent.
I got you, girl.
The only thing that Dragon has left is he wants to check in with Lothier and make sure Lothier's okay. So he's just gonna kind of plop himself down, so you are uncharacteristically somber this evening. What's going on?
We're in Acadia.
Uh-huh.
Wait. You do know what Acadia's done to Orr and Brack and a couple of other
I mean, I
nations.
know that they were like dicks a lot of the time, yeah.
Dix a lot of the time is not s- good enough for what Acadia has done. Um, a lot of the issues for places like my homeland are because of this place. I mean, look around us. All of this gets to be unspoiled, beautiful, pristine, where my home is filled with people starving and unable to make a living for themselves. So forgive me if I'm not the biggest fan of Acadia. I've learned that some Acadians are great people, so I'm trying to get over some of it. But being here is it's a lot. That's what it is.
Do you mind if I impart a little bit of advice that I got from my father?
Yeah, go ahead.
And this is not to downplay anything that your people have been through or you've been through, but this land called Acadia doesn't know that that's what it's called. Most of these people had nothing to do with what happened to Brack, had nothing to do with what happened to Orr. Most of the people here have never even touched a weapon in their lives. They've never struck anyone down or even fought for Acadia. Your true enemy lies in the palace in that city back there. The ruling class, they are the ones who send those poor soldiers out to fight and destroy. This land didn't do anything to anyone.
I don't hate the land.
I know. I'm just...
What I hate is this land provides food, provides shelter, provides materials to build homes with, right?
Right.
Right next door is a country where so many people are starving and die. And Acadia, which is a huge part of that, does nothing. And I mean this, nothing to stop people from passing away. I had friends growing up, Dragon, who died as children because their parents couldn't provide them with anything to eat. And when we ask our neighboring countries for help, no one wants to give to a country that's so poor, that can't provide any resources to trade with. And a lot of that also comes from this. I'm not mad at the people necessarily, but I'm mad at the indifference that the world seems to hold for it.
That's understandable. Absolutely. And you're right. People should help each other a lot more. They really should. And this is the advice that my father gave to me. Everyone, everywhere, is just trying to survive. And most people can't think beyond themselves because of that survival situation. And growing up in Svigar, there wasn't always easy times. And granted, we didn't have to deal with Acadia at all. Because the people here can't stand the cold. Because they're, we'll just say, lower tier. But
You see him chuckle a little bit.
my father always wanted to make me know that even if a country we were fighting was our enemy at the time, those people in a year or two might still give us shelter and food. Because the government or the army that we are fighting might have been our enemy, but the people aren't. And I've known a lot of warriors who, when we invaded places, saw every man, woman, and child as their enemy. And my father wanted to make sure that I never saw them like that. So, just my little bit of advice. Those people that we were walking past never saw you once as an enemy.
Your father was a very wise man, as are you.
Oh, I'm just repeating his words. It didn't make sense. Didn't mean it made sense to me at the time.
Well, and he smiles and he says, "But you knew I needed to hear it now, and that takes a wise man too." And he goes, lets out a large sigh, looks over at you, gives you a hug.
He's gonna give you a hug back and then whisper in your ear, and don't worry. After we're done saving the world, we're definitely taking down this evil fucking empire.
And he hugs you tighter.
And on that heavy note, first of all, I want to thank all my role players and just for everything that you do. Thank you so much. But we are going to do our 10-minute break. We're going to do a quick little check-in and take a potty break. And when we come back, we will pick things up with the Tomb of Amal. We'll see everyone in 10 minutes. Hello, everyone, and thank you for that 10-minute break. We are back. So, first thing that I want to say, because I couldn't do this before, but...
Oh, you found it.
You found it.
I found it. Hopefully I didn't wake up everyone in the house. Sorry. But I had to do a fan pop because I'm driving insane. Anyway. So the night finally fades. Ichi is pulling an all-nighter, but I'll say in true Ichi fashion, she's going to pass out and sleep very soundly, like a rock. And is there anything you want to do in the morning before you head on off to the mountain, to the tomb?
Do you want to eat, Wes? Is that the...
I mean,
No.
of course, Dragon wants breakfast, but
Yeah.
I would say that's the
Besides
same for
that.
everybody. Yeah, so no,
Do you have squirrel jerky left?
I can go make some.
No, hey.
No, we got
Takes
things
a
to
long
do.
time.
We got things to do. That's
Squirrel
true.
bacon.
Yeah,
You
we
don't
could just
need
roll
to
bacon.
That was
Squirrel
good.
bacon.
Sounds delicious. Kind of. Nope. Anyway. Do Morel and Hamas say their goodbyes?
Yes, they do. They wake up in the morning. They have a great big hug and a handshake and a very friendly fraternal kind of kiss on the forehead. And before Hamas leaves, he whispers something to him under his breath. Perception checks if you want to hear it.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, who are we? If we don't want to overhear.
You know what? I'm gonna use one of my 2 hero points because I have an extra one now. So, and it was worth it. Let's go. 38.
Damn.
Okay, hold on. Let's see, because I rolled
22.
pretty high. Let's see if...
It's a 19 and a 19.
I'm scared to
Oh, that's
die.
high. Yeah, I think that's higher than me. I got a 19 and a 16. I got 35. She's just like...
For the fan fiction.
Research.
I got a 26.
All right. So, as Hamas leaves, definitely Lothier and 100%, 100% Lothier and definitely Ichi. You hear him kind of whisper under his breath to Morel. In common, he says, "Don't worry. One day we're gonna be praying to the rising sun again, and tell your sister I said hi." And Hamas just kind of winks and walks away.
Does Ichi know what the rising sun is?
Oh, that would be
Is
a
it a
society.
religion thing?
It would be a religion or a society check, one of the two.
I'm gonna roll one for myself because I am trained in
I know the
religion.
12.
All right. 25.
And you said it was a 12, Sam?
Yeah.
Okay. So this would make sense. I'm going to say Lothier kind of put 2 and 2 together. pretty quickly. Whenever you all do like your morning traditions, definitely Alona goes off and does her morning prayer, her morning routine. Morel does the same thing. He usually kind of goes away from sight and he does his prayer. He always does it in the direction the sun faces when it rises. So them saying this is like, yes, one day we're going to be doing this together again. And
Aw.
Nimrod the 14th is going to be out of the picture.
The irony is that the sun does not rise in Or. It's always pitch black because of the curse that Acadia put on Or.
Those guys, they're the
No.
greatest.
The-
And by that, then no.
It's like, here we have a bunch of really awesome people, and here we have on and off horrible tyrannical rulership. Like, ugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ichi says like a little bit loud, not so he could hear it, but so anyone around her could kind of hear it. I thought he worshipped Afra.
Afra is a light bringer. She's goddess of light. So, the sun. Or any light source really is kind of her thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
but out of spite?
So, that's I think it just has to deal with the fact that like in a place where they don't let you practice other religions, any worshiping anyone else is kind of a protest.
He's
And-
edgy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is going in the fan fiction.
I love that pen sound.
It's a little bit true.
Is it really?
And I have one that's a leaf with a snail on it.
I want that one so bad. I'm
And they
gonna
both
look
are
it up
real
now.
pens.
That's
I
so
got
cute.
these in wait, was it Seattle or Portland? I don't remember, but maybe Randy, you can have these. These might be near you.
The wiggle. It jiggles. Also, hi, Dungeon Run.
Hello, Dungeon.
Welcome.
Good to see you. Thank you so much
Hello.
for the raid. You came in just at a good time.
All right.
All right, so with that, Hamas is going back to Acadia to continue running his theaters and kind of work to destabilize the basically Morel's dad. And with that, it's time to climb the mountain where the tomb of Amal has been hand carved inside of. For this, since it's going to be basically a massive hike up a mountain in the daytime, I'm going to need a survival check. Now, I'm going to give you some options here, because if you don't get the survival check, you will be fatigued. Fatigued 1, specifically. Fatigue 2 on a critical fail. So, you can either roll individually a survival check in hopes that you can make the DC, or you can follow someone's lead, which means one person can roll for all of you, but the DC will be higher for them.
I have really high survival.
Okay.
If
I want to follow your lead.
Yeah,
all right.
I would follow Lothier to the ends of this earth.
So, yeah, I'm going to. What kind of terrain is this? I just like around this mountain. Is it like super rocky? Is it?
Yeah, once you break the tree line, it is treacherous and rocky, and you can tell that there is a very narrow walkway that feet have built, but nothing that like humankind or any mortal kind has built. So it's extremely treacherous.
Good to know. All right. Cool. Wait, give me 1 second. I want to check something.
Alona just stares up at this steep incline and just goes, "So it's all the way at the top, huh? Are we sure we're reading this map correctly? Are we sure? We're sure it's at the top?"
Of course
Oh,
I'm
it's-
reading this map correctly. Are you kidding me? I've been born on reading maps.
Well, I don't know. Maybe this map is somehow wrong. Are you sure it's not at the bottom of the mountain? Maybe it's upside down. Ichi, you were turning it around.
All right. And he sort of cracks his knuckles, looks up at the terrain and goes, "All right, I think I see it. I see our path. All right, people, follow me. Keep your arms in real close proximity to your body. Be very careful. If you grab onto something, make sure you grab exactly where I grab. And let's try this. And he's sounding very confident. On the inside, he's like, "Dear God, let this work." All right.
Everybody's afraid of heights.
I am going to, because this is a group roll, I'm going to spend my action point. Much better. Okay. 19 plus 18 is 37. 37.
So the DC for going up as an individual was 29. Since you're doing the follow the leader thing, that's gonna be a lot higher. As a 31, you kick the crap out of this DC, my guy. Everything you say, you may not feel sure, but it seems to work. You know, sometimes just in a rhythm and you're just bullshitting your way, but everything you're doing is gold. Every step is sure, every limb is sturdy. And then eventually, Lothier, as you're just leading the pack, you find the hill starts a huge steep incline. You come to the top as it starts to level out, and at the top of the mountain you see hand carved into the stone of the mountain massive exterior of a temple with huge statues carved inside, runes of all languages just like a trim around the front of it, and the only way inside is a simple doorway just carved right into the heart of the mountain.
I think we've arrived.
You see Alona like huffing and puffing with her tiny little cleric arms. Just go. Well, yeah, that looks good. Can we get off the ledge? Can we get on the ledge now?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And he runs over to help you up.
Oh, that was fun. Getting down would probably be just as easy, right?
Huh. I hope so.
Wait, why didn't we take our bats? We have flying bats!
Not all of us have flying bats. We keep saying this.
Yeah, come
Not
on.
all of us have.
They bit me last time.
You were rude!
I was not. I was trying to make a friend.
I can help us get down.
As they're climbing up, PJ, something I forgot to ask you. Before we left Hamas, could I have asked him for like a copy, if he has any extra copies of his plays? Or like one to donate to me?
So the real question is, what kind of play do you want from Hamas?
Oh my goodness. I just asked him like, what do you think I need at this point in my life? What do I need to read?
He looks at you up and down, he goes, "Are you struggling with something? Is there a problem in your life that you're having a hard time overcoming, or someone's in your way?"
Those people who keep banning coffee.
Oh, tell me about it. They banned coffee in Acadia too. I can't get in anything anymore in the morning. I'll have tea, but it's just not the same.
If anything,
Oh my gosh.
if anything was going to start a revolution.
I too was very shocked that Acadia bent the knee to the NCC, but unfortunately, they apparently made really good arguments to Nimrod. So there you go. Oh, there you go. He files through, finds one, hands it to you, and it's like the title is something kind of tawdry like The Satin Pillow, but as you read it, it's like one part like lusty, sexy, romantic story that right around Act 2 blows up into this humongous like story of empowerment, fighting back
Ooh.
and like fighting the people that are challenging the main protagonist. And then right around like there's this huge tipping point, huge action sequence at the end of it, big fight in the palace, and then at the end of it 3, it's just a humble like victory where everyone is happy. and it's like the you're seeing all these morals and metaphors and themes coming through.
So Ichi has been reading this as they have been traveling, and as they climb this steep rock face, Ichi is still reading it in one hand because I've leveled my character and I now have a feat called Combat Climber, which means I can climb with a hand occupied. So all of that was just to let you know I have this feat.
Hero point. That deserves a hero point.
I
Absolutely.
haven't leveled up since 7 actually, so I'm kind of like, okay. Like new stuff left and right. Just wait. There's one in there that I have to tell you about, PJ, that none of you can know about yet, and it's gonna be cool.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, yes, she's climbing and she's reading, and Alona's like struggling to get over the ledge, and I think she just kind of like tucks the book into her bag and gives you a little bit extra boost.
All right. So with everyone being boosted and arriving, you see the massive tome of Amal in the mountain itself. The only way in being a very simple, humble entryway, effectively.
I just want to check in. Tobit's not with us, right? We left him in Dragon's Grave, right?
To be fair, no one has told me anything about Tobit. I think you were bringing him with you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's with
Yeah,
us.
I'm pretty sure he's
Yeah.
with us. Yeah.
So this entire time, there's just been Tobias and Tobit. Well, we've been obsessing over Morel and his friend. There's just Tobit and Tobias over there staring at us like we're crazy people.
Yep.
Well, I feel like they're bonding. They're like father-son bonding for the first time after the door incident.
Got it. Okay. Cool. Yes.
I mean,
Definitely a bit of
that was
both.
my
Just
idea.
I
Anyway.
love
But-
you, Dad. Who's
so
this
much
new
better.
guy?
With
I
this,
don't know.
I'm gonna go over to Tobias and go, all right, we're here.
Tobias looks at Tobit and looks at you, and instead of trying to pull on some big dumb like cocky smile or say something rude or lascivious to deflect, he just kind of humbly shakes and he goes, "Yeah, Lothia, I am pretty scared. I am not going to lie."
Well, we're here with you. So,
All right, so I guess I should probably lead this. I feel like this is my thing. All right. So he starts walking in. Are you all following him, or are you just kind of like chilling and just hoping for the best?
I'm gonna follow him.
Oh, yeah, Dragon's
Yeah.
absolutely following.
Yeah, we should. Emotional support.
Trying to see if I have any buffs for him before he goes in.
So
Alright.
Tobit is also terrified, because some of you that I think you were talking to someone about this with him, Tobit barely passed this test, and it was not pretty. He passed, but he did not get the approval of the tomb. Words are so dumb. So you go into this tomb. You see that there are a hallway of 4 rooms in front of you, and there's a massive, from what we can tell right now, a massive chamber beyond the 4 rooms. The rooms are almost like a hallway, but with the beautifully handcrafted like dividers in the wall, you get the sense that these are different. These are sectioned off. As you enter, you see massive stone hand-carved depictions of events in the walls to your left and right, as well as writing in every language on the planet. Kind of, again, like just a scrawl of writing as it would be necessary in that language. So some are going up and down, some are going left and right, or right to left. But you see many different events depicted.
Little side note. Hey, PJ,
Mm-hmm.
would you mind sending us the martyr's prayer so when we get to that point, we can say it as we're fighting? Because I don't think any of us have it memorized, because I don't think any of us know what it is.
That's a very good point, because honestly, I don't think anyone's ever taught you the Martyr's Prayer.
Well, Tobit's gonna do that right now.
Yeah, he is. See, that's why we brought Tobit.
Yeah.
So you ask Tobit to teach you the Martyr's Prayer, and he starts kind of thinking about it. Kind of thinks for a bit.
Oh my god.
Reaches into his pocket, pulls out a piece of paper, unfolds it, and then he stops and goes, "Right." He points to the walls and he says, "The Martyr's Prayer is written on every single one of these depictions. Some chunk of it, some part of it. And each depiction is, well, kind of historically important."
So we have to speak each of these languages?
Oh, no. They're all saying the same thing.
Okay.
Each depiction has a different chunk of the prayer.
But we need to organize them into the right order of the prayer. So, Alona, this might be something for you.
Here we go.
I'm gonna assist, but
I do also have.
I got a 17 to assist.
Oh, beautiful. I'm just kidding. I don't have.
Religion?
No, I have religion. I thought I had a spell that helped with languages, but I don't. That's a different character. So yes, I have religion right now. That's why.
Oh, like to assist, I roll the same ability, right? Then it's 30, or is it just the assist roll?
Generally speaking, when you're rolling aid, it can be the roll that is being rolled for originally, but obviously if you make a really good argument,
It's religion. Yeah, I want to roll religion to assist with religion. Here.
Help me.
That's a 34 then.
Oh, hell yes. I used my hero point because I rolled a 7 on the die face and I thought that wasn't good enough. So I rolled a 15 on the die face, and now it's a 36.
Plus whatever.
Plus whatever bonuses Lothier gave me, which honestly.
Yeah. So by your powers combined, you're trying to learn the prayers.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
So there are 4 things that you can see, 4 depictions on the wall right now.
Okay.
The first one, you would know, depicts the first king of Acadia, King Akkad, the warrior priest who founded the nation. You see him standing in front of a terrifying sealed gate with many different seals, and holding above him is a powerful sword. And written there, you see it says, "Make of me the few not fleeing."
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So next up, you see an Osmicon woman wearing feathers and a mask, fighting with her bare hands the full moon.
No! Not the moon!
And it says under her, "Give of me a light unyielding."
Give
A light
of me.
with the light.
Give
Sorry.
of me a light unyielding.
Me a light unyielding.
Why does Alona not like the moon?
You know why we don't like
No one likes the moon here, Wes.
Dragon's just like, what?
When we were gods! Do you remember the moon?
Yeah.
Brain spacey.
That's fine.
Think Eldritch.
The
Oh.
moon's an elder god.
Oh, okay.
The one that, almost ate all of us. Anyway. Anyway.
Bad vibes.
Bad
Bad
vibes.
vibes. Moon bad vibe. This is the only game where I don't like the moon.
Yeah, as someone who is absolutely a huge fan of the moon, it pains me that I made the moon a bad guy, but you know.
Bad
All
moon
Thumbs
rising.
up, all thumbs down.
Bad moon rising.
So
Anyway.
on the next one, you see depicted 3 warriors of Mycena, Tezuku, and Nubia standing in a forge holding a sun, a lightning bolt, and a jug of water. And it says here, "Prepare of me the cataclysm ending."
One more time. Prepare me.
The cataclysm
Okay.
ending.
Are these just depictions of like previous martyrs and world savers?
Give me a religion check.
Yay! I love
I was
lore.
gonna say, can I recognize?
I rolled a
The
1 on
Nubian
that, so I have no
figure?
idea.
You do recognize the Nubian figure. Absolutely.
I got a nat 20.
Oh!
Time.
All right, so let me do this let's start with the crit 20 first. So you find a very unusual reoccurring number on each of these things. This is King Akkad, first of the cycle.
Oh shit.
You see someone with the last name Papakui, second of the cycle.
What?
You see the Warriors 3, third of the cycle. Remember, Tobias is the 9th cycle prophecy. Tobit is the 8th cycle prophecy. These are every times the gods fucked up so bad it took brilliant mortals to conquer an outstanding cosmic evil or catastrophe. And then there's one more. You see a woman clad in armor with a sword and a shield as she rises in light, and you see a horde of demons and devils strewn aside in a cosmic crater, and there it says Nineveh, fourth of the cycle.
Oh my god. Nineveh. This is so cool. I didn't realize that Nineveh was actually a part of the cycle prophecies. I thought she was just a really cool human who ascended to godhood. That's so dope.
Well, that's just it. Sometimes you know you're a member of the cycle. Sometimes you don't.
Oh shit. Valid. Wait, there's only 4 though. What about the rest of the ones in between?
You see massive chunks of stone cut with other heroes and people. You're seeing a dwarven person literally in their hands holding a sun, and it repeats, make of me the few not fleeing. And you're seeing this continue again and again until you see one. And you see a man alone standing on water with evil eyes in a tidal wave breaking down on him.
So does that mean
Tobit.
that there's space for Tobias's prophecy?
Well, that's all handmade, and there are massive walls eventually.
Hold up.
Building.
Yeah, who is doing this?
That's a very good question.
I look at you and we're both like,
The two nerds of the group are just like shaking each other.
My
Like, what is going on?
So this is where my brain went. My brain went to, there's going to be an old version of one of us that walks out, and they're the ones keeping track of this. Some
My
tiny
brain went
wimey
to
bullshit.
Old man Tanine. He's coming out. I'm like, hey guys.
It's like, oh, look at you, you found all my secret drawings. No,
all right.
but that is a good question, because this is a hand-carved mountain in the middle of and it's a very holy site. Someone has to be keeping track of almost 30,000 years of cataclysmic history, but who is it?
It could be a person who's sitting at a desk writing a story about some heroes doing random things throughout their thing.
Scribble, scribble, scribble.
Or someone who already knows what's going to happen.
Oh no! I hope it's not. I hope they
do already
don't.
know.
I hope it's not them. They're our friends.
What did I miss?
We were we were hypothesizing who it could be, and one thing was our friend Isuo,
Because they know it.
God!
Because they know everything already.
But these are hypotheses.
Right.
I don't know what the plural form of hypothesis is.
PJ's just sitting there. You're all wrong. You know nothing. You know nothing.
It's a good idea.
Like I'm saying, scribble, 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 scribble.
All right. So
Oh yeah, what's the fourth thing?
yeah, what's the fourth?
Right. So
Fourth
you
thing.
have so far you have make of me the few not fleeing, give of me a light unyielding, prepare of me the cataclysm ending, and then you get to the Tobit's square. And 1 second, I realized I forgot a word as I was writing this. I have to fill this in.
The word is dope of me.
Dope of me,
Yes.
dope of me, a bro most chill. I don't know.
Yes.
Bro, most chillin'.
Bro most chillin'.
Yeah.
All right. So, what it says on Tobit, and Tobit kind of starts to tear up. It says, "I am only one, but I shall be more. When others run, my shadow's hope gives home."
One more time.
I was
Sure.
gonna say the same.
No problem. I am only one, but I shall be more.
Mhm.
When others run, my shadow's hope gives home.
Okay.
Gives home. You said.
Mhm. Home.
Okay.
Okay. Make of me the few not fleeing, give of me a light unyielding, prepare of me the cataclysm ending. I am only one, but I shall be more. When others run, my shadow's hope gives home.
Yes.
Well, they're not a poet, but it's okay.
I mean, it's not meant to be a poem. It's meant to. It's supposed to
It's a
rhyme to make it
prayer.
easier.
It's a prayer. It's a prayer. Not a hymn, it's a prayer. Just guess there's a difference.
Now,
Alona's sitting there like, I could have done it better.
I want to tell the gods how to write prose. But yeah, no, you're seeing all these things. You see the eighth. You see Tobit, and you can definitely tell there's like already a little square on the opposite side across from Tobit's with like a nice little chunk of rock ready for whatever's about to happen with you all and Tobias.
So, now that we have the prayer, and there's 4 different entrances. Hey, Tobit. Do you know where to go?
So just for clarification, it's 4 chunks of a hallway that's built like 4 rooms stacked vertically. That makes sense.
Oh,
there's, like,
okay.
4
Yeah.
archways? Oh, so there's not 4 ways.
It's just
4, like,
one way,
One
but
way
4 arches.
Built
Yeah.
into 4
Oh.
mini rooms.
Oh, okay. Got
Much.
it.
I mean,
Got it.
easier.
Easier,
So-
much easier. Yes. Now we definitely know where to go. What is that, Wes?
Dippin' Dots. Sam just brought me
Dots.
Dippin' Dots.
Best
Yeah,
wife
Dippin' Dots,
ever.
right?
What a
Best
treat.
wife ever.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
My wife.
My wife.
So
My
my wife,
Yeah.
the perks of being married is you get to be that dumbass. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get to go. I'm gonna have dinner with my wife. And I was
My
like,
wife.
so much. So you go through the hallway, and at the end of the hallway, you see there's a massive square 50 by 50 room. In the dead center of the room, you see like an altar or dais, an unusual stone structure with kind of a place to lay something down. And looking up, you see there's like a tiny little crystal chamber where light is magnified in the center. It should be said the hallway you walked through was very undisturbed but well maintained. There was not a single ounce of dust anywhere in the hallway. In the center chamber with the dais and the altar, it is filthy with dust and dirt and debris.
All right. I look over at Tobias, and I look over at the altar, and I just kind of dart my eyes back and forth, like, You gonna go do it, bruh?
This is kind of your whole thing.
Yeah, right. Hey, Dad. Dad, that feels weird to say. What do I do exactly here? Do I, like, cut the old hand, blood, and what? No, sorry, son, it's not that drastic. All you have to do is just place your weapon upon the thing there, and then just start praying your ass off, I guess. And
Yeah.
Tobias just kind of...
And then we have to defend you, right?
Well, we all recite the prayer at the same time. That's not hard at all, right?
Yeah, I mean, he has to do the prayer too, but I mean, unless you want to give him a second weapon, it's whatever you got.
Dragon will pull his kukri out and toss it over. There. Use that.
A knife? I'm gonna fight whatever's in there with a knife.
Oh
I
yeah.
got this.
That's a kukri.
Yeah, it's better than nothing. Look, I'll say this, and this might sound disturbing, but that is the best thing to chop off heads.
Listen, you have Shionibus's bow. You have
My axe.
Dragon's yeah.
I'm just kidding.
You have Ichi's axe. You have Dragon's
It's
kukri.
Amal.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, you're going to be fine with this group, and if anything does get too hairy, I have a lot of magic.
Right.
Also, I do have this extra bastard sword that you could just have.
Oh, can I please? Oh my goodness. And he
Yeah, I don't know
grabs
what they're doing with the
bastard
knife and the power of friendship.
Fine, I'm taking my knife back.
sword. Take old Kukri back. So with that, Tobias walks out. He takes out his sword, lays it on, puts a shield on, lays it on there too. Takes your bastard sword. Ichi kind of turns it around. It does the whole like bend the knee with the sword. And then he just starts praying. Make of me the few not fleeing. Give of me a light unyielding. Prepare of me the cataclysm ending. I am only one, but I shall be more. And when others run, my shadow's hope gives home. With that, you start seeing in the dirt and dust that scatters across the ground, bones start to rise. From the walls, depictions of other heroes, martyrs, champions, clerics, priests. You see spirits start to move through the walls.
Yeah.
And-
Okay.
And with that, Tobias kind of keeps looking around and goes, I think they're here. Make of me a man not fleeting. And with that, roll initiative. It's time
Yay.
to keep Tobias alive.
Okay.
These are
Oh, come on.
ghosts and spirits.
Oh, that was not the best.
Ghosts, spirits, and
mine either.
skeletons.
Right, you got it.
18 for Dragon.
That's still a 26. Improved initiative.
Hell yeah.
38 for Alona.
Jeez.
It's religion
20.
stuff.
It's
He's
religion
excited.
stuff. You're popped.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry.
you know what? I'll even say, like, yeah, if you want to roll religion for your initiative, you can do that, because why not?
That's even more.
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you say, Kylie?
I was gonna see if I can maybe stealth, but I don't. They're ghosts. I think no matter what, they're gonna see me. So 28.
28. Okay, really fast. I heard Randy give me a number, but I couldn't quite.
26.
26. Okay. Sam, what is yours?
Mine was also 28.
28. Okay. So you start hearing this ghastly voice speaking in the many languages of the world all at once. You start recognizing ghosts from different cultures and time eras, but eventually all the cacophony of the language of the world becomes common, and they all say, "You who would dare save this world? Prepare to be broken, so you need not break anymore." And with that, they charge you.
And we say before this that Alona just, channeled Death ward on herself.
Death ward on herself?
Yeah. Well, what is it? No, what is it called? Vital beacon. Vital beacon. Vital beacon.
I'll tell you what. Give me a religion check with a. Is it even possible? What's your bonus to religion?
21.
21. That's not possible. Okay, give me a. Yeah, let's do it. An incredibly hard test for your level, meaning you have to make a religion check that meets 37. If you can roll 37, I'll say, yeah, you did it before this happened.
So I have to roll an 18 and above.
Oof, yep.
No.
No.
Mm-mm. No. No, it's okay. Alona just forgot that, the skeletons were gonna pop out because they were aware that this was gonna happen, but Alona forgot. So did not cast Vital Beacon. It is okay. She'll cast Divine Wrath instead.
Okay. Well, yeah, so go ahead and do that.
Cool. So in a 20-foot burst, they're going to take 4d10 damage. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good time. I'm excited. I would like to do many damage, please. Let's hope I roll good. Roll okay.
Sure. Is it a save? I'm guessing it's a save.
Vital Beacon?
No, Divine Wrath.
Divine Wrath? Yeah, Fortitude save.
Okay.
Against my spell DC.
Ooh, what's the DC?
29.
Ooh, well, it's 19 on the die face. They're going to critically succeed.
I don't know what that means. I guess it just misses.
It depends on the spell. It should be written down in the spell. It's called Divine Wrath.
Yes! Hold up, I have a gigantic book. Let's find out. Begins with a D, so it's gonna be in the beginning. I don't know. Divine Wrath. Here we go.
PJ
Creatures
found it.
unaffected.
Yep, creatures unaffected.
Great.
So you're like Divine Wrath. You start seeing like the skeletons wearing the armor of like past champions and war priests and the spirits of priests and clerics from all around the world. They just kind of look at you. They see your Divine Wrath and they're like, whatever. And the blast goes off and they're just like, no. They just Jedi hand wave the whole thing away.
Okay.
Rude.
That is rude.
Excuse me. Can you not see I'm a cleric? This is my. At least have the decency to act scared.
So, as you cast this spell, you see an army in this tiny 50. Well, it used to be a large 50 by 50 room. Now it's a tiny 50 by 50 room that is being swamped on all sides by an army of skeletal soldiers and spirits. Do you have one more? I think you have one more action. Is there anything you want to do with that?
Divine. That's true. That's technically 2. Who goes after me?
After you, not an ally.
Not an ally? Who goes? Okay, well, who goes after? Who's the next ally that goes?
The next ally after. Oh, wait a minute. I think Ichi and Shinomus both got a 28. Or is that a 38, Shinomus?
That was a 28.
28. Okay, Shinomus, what's your dexterity mod?
+4.
+4. Sam, what's your dexterity mod?
That's 6.
Mod or for dexterity?
It says +6.
Maybe
Maybe that's wrong. Maybe it's +4.
probably. For dexterity or for strength?
Oh, I think that's for strength. I guess it's +4 then.
Okay. Well, unless there's any other abilities, Mickey, go first. The next question is, who has a higher charisma, Ichi or Shonibus?
I got a +2.
I also says +6. Maybe my character sheet is wrong.
That's okay. we will fix that later. But for right now, I'm going to say Ichi is going to go before Shionibus. So there you go, Sidney. The next person up would be, next ally up would be Ichi.
Great. I'm gonna boop him with guidance.
All right,
Boop.
guidance.
Plus
boop.
1.
So, as you try to cast Divine Wrath and it has no effect on these divine undead beings, you boop Ichi, and then
Yeah. You kind of see Alona go, oh. And tap Ichi go, your turn, bud.
Is it my turn or is there
no,
beasts coming?
it's the beasties. And
Beasties.
this is gonna be very mean. Everyone, give me a reflex save.
Oh, no.
DC to beat is 29.
Reflex.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Good thing I rolled a 19 on the dice.
Ooh.
32.
32. Okay,
35.
that's a success. 35.
20.
Success. 20's a fail.
29.
29. Success.
31.
31. Okay, so everyone succeeded. Unfortunately, Lothier failed.
Not the most
Oof,
reflex.
Okay.
Oh,
that's-
reflex?
Reflex. Yeah, reflex save.
I have evasion. You said mine was a success, so it turns
means it's
into
a-
a critical success.
Okay, you take no damage. I'm gonna need.
Is it 20? Is it 20 is not critically failed, is it?
It's not a critical fail. It's
Okay.
it's 1 point away from a critical fail. You were very lucky.
I should have asked for some healing
6.
prior to this.
Didn't we
You
heal
took a
last night?
rest. Yeah, you took a rest.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, your healing when you rest in Pathfinder 2e is your con modifier times your level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were hurt that bad?
Oh, yeah.
From
You
the
were-
Dragon Ball?
I
You
was
should've
down to
said-
like 20 from the Dragon Ball.
But you should have asked last night.
Look, he didn't think about it, okay? There was a lot going on.
There was a
Oh.
lot going on.
I'll heal you.
It's
Okay.
No, it's fine. I'm only down 18 hit points.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But still, I looked up at my bar and it wasn't full, and I was like, ooh, I'm about to take more damage.
Yeah.
Oops.
Whoopsies! Dragon's hoping to get a turn.
Oh, he's counting a lot.
That's a lot of
Yeah, I
PJ
don't
counts.
like how much math there is.
So
many
the
PJ
number
counts.
is 34 fire damage as they scream and a fireball erupts in the middle of the room.
Is that the full damage?
That is the full damage. If you succeed, you take half.
So
If
7.
you fail, you take the full thing. If you critically fail, you take double. And if you critically succeed, you take none.
17 damage. Okay.
You see Lothier. You said it's a scream and then a firebolt or something.
Fireball. Yeah.
Yeah, you see him sort of grab his ears as the fire just sort of hits him like right smack on.
Ooh, I hate that.
Yeah.
Is this
And-
fire damage or is this negative damage because they're like undead spirits?
Good question. This is still fire damage.
Gotcha.
And with that, their one last turn is they're going to now swarm you. So now, as the fireball erupts and the cinders begin to pass and the burning, choking cloud just dissipates, you are now looking eye to eye through the empty orbital bone of a skeleton raising a sword whose shield depicts the holy symbol of one of the many gods in this world as they close in on you and surround you. And you hear the voice of Tobias praying louder now that he's joined by his father Tobit, as they are both holding on to the bastard sword that you gave them, Ichi, in dear life, just praying together, Tobit and Tobias, against the evilness of the world. Now, that being said, next up we have Ichi. You are surrounded by undead. What do you do?
This is good because I don't have to move. Ichi, all these spirits, Ichi gets the willies first because you know how she feels about ghosts. And then she shakes it off and you see like the spirit energy light up her eyes and she takes a stance and she rages. And then she grabs a ghost because the spirit energy has reached up into her hands. She grabs a ghost and smashes it into the ground because that's the feat that I'm excited about that I took. I can grab ghosts.
What?
Yup.
That's awesome.
Spirit Instinct Barbarians become fucking ghost wrestlers.
It's called Ghost Wrangler. The feat
That's
is called
sick.
Ghost
That's
Wrangler.
sick.
You are legitimately a Ghostbuster now. That's amazing.
Who are you gonna call?
Ichi.
Ichi.
And that allows me to make a strength-based check against incorporeal creatures.
All right, so go ahead and give me an athletics check to each you smash one of these ghosts.
Phrasing?
Alrighty, let's get the calculator out because it's been a while since I've been here, but my math skills have not improved. And you said athletics?
Mhm.
Or acrobatics, I don't remember.
Athletics.
Athletics, okay. That is a 31.
31 beats their fortitude DC. You are now able to grapple the ghost.
Cool. I just wanted to smash him into the ground and make it a show so all the other ghosts know I'm coming for them.
All right, so let's see. So that was one action to rage, one action to grapple. You can either give me an intimidation check or an attack roll. What do you want to do?
Ooh, intimidation.
All right.
Because I bet these ghosts ain't never seen somebody grab a ghost. Okay, let's see. Oh man, that's pretty cool. That's pretty good. Let's
Don't
see.
forget you to +1 from my amulet I gave you for an intimidation check.
Thank
Also
you.
+1 from me, so +2.
Thank you. Okay. All right, let's add this all together. That's a 37.
7. That succeeds, and the entire army of the dead that are now trying to test you are demoralized. They're terrified. They're fear 1, which basically means everything they do is
Oh
at a
my God.
-1 penalty. As you tell me the tale, what does slam and scare tactic look like?
Ichi takes her raging stance and that spirit energy lights up her eyes. The spirit, it kind of like goes down her arms, fills her hands. And as the ghosts come in, she just makes eye contact, or I guess they probably have like hollowed eyes, but she makes what should be eye contact with the closest one and just like grabs it by the neck and just like yanks it into a headlock and looks around like this, is like, "You're gonna be next. Who's next?"
You see the ghosts are like chanting and praying and hands gesticulating, and they stop and they see you and they're like, "What? The fuck?" And they are relaxed.
You're saying they're so startled they forget their Naruto hand
They
gestures?
forget their
Is that-
Naruto jutsus. We're like,
What? You weren't afraid of the cleric, but doggone it, you're gonna be afraid of one of us.
Yeah!
So you enter a rage, grab this ghost, put it in a headlock, and just start wrenching it deep. And you're like, "Who's next?" The ghosts are like, "That's why you have skeletons. You can fight them." Next up, we have Shionibus. Shionibus, what are you gonna do?
Cool. So I would have put my hood up before even this fight. If I know there's ghosts, I'm like, God damn it, I never get a day off. And I'm just going to fire all 3 arrows. Yep, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. And I can do this. Yeah, yeet. Ooh. Math is hard, though.
Man, it's really cool that we have 2 people on our team that are really good at ghost things.
Hey, we're going on 3. I'm just saying. We're going on 3. I'm looking at you, Dragon. That's a 38 to hit.
That's a dirty crit.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's 3d8s. Hold on, and a d10. Where are my d8s? I wasn't expecting to get this far.
I didn't expect this.
Where the fuck are my d8s? There it is. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jesus Christ, my phone's falling off the counter. I'm losing my goddamn mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a d10, and then we pick through. Right?
Oh yeah. Let's see. I have a longbow.
Yes.
It's a fatal D10, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeet. Oh, it's not great, but it's like not the worst. $27 for the first one.
Okay. That was damage, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's with and that was the crit. So that's before or after it's doubled.
Well, that's before. So that's 54.
There we go. Okay, 54 for the first shot.
Let's use my last hero point. Not much better. That's 17 plus 9. 26 for the second shot.
26 damage or 26 to hit?
26 to hit.
26 to hit will, yeah, it'll miss.
Oh, miss?
It'll miss.
Okay, so then for my last attack, I'm just going to do a quick... Get that dice out of here. Yeet. That's a natural 20.
All right, give me another roll to hit, and of course, double it. Yeah. Oh, and remember, if you have a fatal D10, not only the dice become 10, but after you double it, you add another 10 roll. You don't double the third 10 or the extra 10, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I didn't add 10. I didn't add another 10
I'll
to
add
that last one.
I'll roll damage for you, and I'll add that.
Right on. So I should have. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, that wasn't much better. That's these two. Hold on. It's 14 plus. $58 damage.
Damn, 58 damage. Okay.
And that includes negative damage because I'm in the duat.
Okay.
That was
Now, looking at
13
their
negative.
stats. Okay, so you just take one shot. You just cleave one of the skeletons from front of you. They fall down, turning to ash. You get another one. You shoot at a ghost. It misses, and you're like, nah. Pull again, fire a third time, and you start, as these arrows are flying, you're seeing this horde of the undead just break and whittle one by one. Your entire side is thinning out to the point where it's almost gone. It's not looking good for them, that's for damn sure. Next up, we have Lothier.
All right. Lothier sees this horde sort of approaching. He sees one side sort of being thinned out, and he looks over at Alona, and he goes, "I learned this one watching you." And he sort of stops, and he plants his foot down into the ground, and he closes his eyes for a moment. And what he does is, I don't know. I know, Aftra has hand symbols like this. I don't know what Adaraya's hand symbol would be, but whatever that is, he, having had that connection with him, does that hand symbol, closes his eyes, and prays for a very quick moment to the Lion-Hearted, and casts Radiant Beam, a giant Kamehameha of just radiant energy forward out from his chest, into a line 120 feet. Every creature in that line has to roll a reflex save.
Ooh. It's awesome.
Okay.
That is awesome.
That is super dope. Is that a basic reflex save?
Basic reflex save. Yep.
Well, unfortunately, the die face is an 18. The good thing is reflex is their worst save, but that's probably gonna be high. What's your save for your spells?
My save for my spells is 29.
It's a 33. They didn't crit succeed.
So they still take damage.
They take half. That's right.
And it's good, so I don't know if that counts for anything. But that's 5d10, so they're taking half of 5d10.
Half of 5d10. Okay.
Okay. That's a d10. That's a d10. That's a d10. One more. Okay. That's a 10. That's another 10. Oh, that's a 1. That's a 21. 29. 32.
32. Is that 32
Right,
before attack?
Before half. Yeah.
Okay. 32. So divided by 2. 6. Okay, cool. So yeah, you take this beam, and as you start firing it, you're noticing like a lot of the spirits are kind of ducking, moving around, but the skeletons they just biff it real bad, and you see another side of it just crumble to ash. And this is definitely looking like you're seeing the wave begin to break and fall apart. Do you have any other actions left?
I say a prayer. the prayer that we're supposed to be saying, and that's it.
Which line do you say, out of curiosity?
Give of me a light unyielding.
Mm.
That's how
Yes.
pretty
So good.
So as you like shoot this huge blast and you say, "Give of me a light unyielding,"
Yite.
a yite unyielding. It's my job to say words. I can't say words. You start seeing on the wall a big beam of light begins to form on the westward wall. And as you notice that Tobias and Tobin are just going over the prayer again and again, just shouting it as fast as they can. But bloop, one wall is starting to light up. Now, next up, we have Dragon at the end of the round.
You had to just rub it in, didn't you? End of the round. Really rolled poorly on your initiative there, Dragon.
Sucks.
So yeah, Dragon got hit by a little bit of that fireball and just kind of like dusts some ash off himself, cracks his neck, and is like, my turn. And I'm going to Spell Strike with a heightened 2 fireball.
Okay.
So he's going to aim for whatever skeleton is kind of in the middle of the mass of undead or ghosts. And I'm going to first activate my weapon. So I run my hand down the blade for one action, and you see the blade start to emit a silver flame. And yeah, I'm activating the silver flame sword, which treats all enemies as flat-footed and dazzled, meaning their AC is 2 less. And yeah. And I'm going to Spell Strike. So,
Okay.
Should I go ahead and do that?
Go right ahead.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
That's fine. That's a 33 to hit.
Not quite a dirty crit. So close to a dirty crit, but that will hit.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. All right, cool. All right, so yeah, rolling damage. How many is the damage? 10d6. Okay, we're just gonna roll fireball first. 7, so 14. 2 6s. Oh, that's awesome. So 26. 35 and plus 11. That's 46. 46 damage from the fireball. And then, are these evil creatures? I know they're undead, but...
They're not actually.
Okay, that's good to know, because then my Holy Rune does not hit them. But now I've got my weapon damage. Oh, well, my weapon damage is very low. That's 4 plus... Okay, so 20, and then 1d6 fire damage. 4. So... 24 plus 46 is 70.
Okay. A second. Why is my brain just absolutely not working? There we go. You said how much? 70 total?
70 total.
Okay.
And it's
So-
50 total fire damage.
Okay, 50 total fire damage. That is good to know. Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. So you shoot the fireball off, and you see all the skeletons just poof, and you see a few of the spirits just hanging on by a thread as this fireball erupts and it kind of has a chain reaction around the edge of the room. As the fireball sweeps, clearing all but a few spirits, you start seeing the ground begin to tremble. As hands burst through, skeleton heads rip up, and more spirits become corporeal in the room. Wave 2 begins. Top of round
shit.
2.
Yeah.
Top of round 2, we have Alona.
Uh,
You do notice their numbers are a lot less than what it was before.
Alona shouts to Tobias, "I'm gonna need you to hurry up."
Bring as fast as I can.
Pray harder.
Pray harder.
Aren't we supposed to be praying with them though? Isn't that part of it?
Yes,
Did you
that's
just
part of it.
thoughts and prayers, Tobias?
That's true.
Oh, you just met your long lost dad and have to die to save the world? Thoughts and prayers.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I'm going to summon a spiritual guardian. And they're gonna attack the rest of them. Too bad I didn't write down exactly what spiritual guardian does. Because it's such a dummy thick stat block that there's no way to actually have it, and I need spell cards. But Lord knows I haven't thought that far in this journey.
It's
So
A-okay.
whoop-de-doo.
I got you right now. Basically, what's going to happen is 2 actions. You're going to cast a spell, and you have to sustain this every round up to 1 minute. I have their stats here.
It's a
basically-
melee spell attack for them to attack.
And it's based off your wisdom modifier or whatever it is you're using to cast a spell.
Yep, good thing that's maxed out. Wahahaha. Okay. The Guardian deals force damage equal to 2d8 plus spell casting ability mod. My spell casting ability mod is Wisdom, so it's a 5. So 2d8 plus 5.
Just go ahead and roll the hit as if you're casting a spell. So use your spell attack modifier to count as their melee attacks.
Oh, but it's
And,
heightened. I'm so sorry, I didn't mention that. I said heightened.
It's a 5th level spell. I don't think you can heighten it at level 10, unfortunately.
I can't.
No.
Rats. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. So let me go ahead and roll those 2d8 plus 5. Beep, beep, beep. Beep.
I need you to make a roll to hit, though.
What do you mean?
The Guardian strikes are melee spell attacks. You still have to roll to hit for them.
What do you mean?
You have to roll to
What do
hit.
you mean?
I mean what I just said.
Good thing I got a 19 on the die face.
Yes, what is that total?
19 plus my spellcasting attack roll, which is another 19, is 38.
This is why you roll, because that's a dirty crit.
Yay!
Now it's
Okay.
2d8 plus 5 times 2.
Yay! Okay. Okay. That's a 30.
30.
30!
God damn. So
I got a 30!
what is the shape of your spiritual guardian? What do they look like?
Okay. So the spiritual guardian for Lona always shifts between the people that surround her because in her mind, her friends are her guardians and they are saviors of the world. So it shifts from Shionibus to Ichi to Lothier to Morel to Dragon to Tobias to now Tobit to all of these amazing people that surround her and are fighting with her. So no matter what, of course, whatever they are hit with hits whatever damage she does. Whether that's one of Shionibus's arrows or Lothier's spells or Dragon's fireballs or Ichi's hammers or Morel's shield, it's always shifting. But the corporeal form glows in a golden light.
All right. And you're also praying as well, correct?
That is very true. Do you want me to say a line?
Sure.
Say a line?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's going to say, "Make of me the few not fleeing."
You start to summon the spiritual guardian, and you all see yourselves in Alona's spell. You see, like, as Ichi swings the spiritual hammer, there goes a skeleton. As Lothier transforms into a Tyrannosaurus and crushes one, there goes a skeleton. And there's Alona saying with them, "Make of me the few not fleeing." The north wall lights up, and that energy of you all in one spirit just starts crushing an entire chunk of this wave. It's almost that you could say the wave is bloodied. But that being said, okay, Alona, unless you want to do anything else with your turn, I think that's it for you right now.
That's only 2 actions to summon. Is it an action to strike? I didn't have that written.
I don't believe so. I think it's just a part of sustaining the spell.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna boop Ichi again with guidance.
Right.
More guidance for Ichi.
Well, good thing you did that because it's now the spirit's turn. And you start hearing this prayer, though shaky and wavery because they've been, y'all beat the crap out of them, let's be honest. And they just start praying, and you almost hear like it's the prayer you all have been saying, but like backwards and warbled. And suddenly, I need everyone to make me a basic fortitude save.
Oh, son of a beach nut. Oh, I got a nat 20, never mind.
You're good.
Wow. Wow. Yes.
Fortitude or reflex?
Fortitude.
What's the to beat?
30.
Good question. What was that, Sam?
Oh, 30.
30.
28.
All right. 30 is a success. 28 is a success.
29.
29, success.
25.
You waited for me to say a
25.
lower number.
Success on the die.
I was scared. I got hit last time.
So I'm gonna roll the damage now. As they begin to have their own prayer, kind of chant higher and louder and build this deep brass bravado, it then kind of hits this glass shattering pitch, high peak, and you can almost hear everything go like deep silent, and then a loud pop as they cast Cry of Destruction.
Ooh.
And if you've already
Sounds good.
taken damage, this gets worse. So I need my D12s.
Oh,
No.
Hate that.
Oh, that is a
I don't like
horrible
any of
thing.
that.
Dare I ask what type of damage this is?
This is making sure I can find the damage type. I believe it's sonic damage.
Oh.
There was almost a feat that I took involving sonic damage, and I'm like, that's not even real. Alas.
When am I ever going to
Sonic
encounter
damage.
sonic damage?
We all learned that day. All right, I need one more. Am I doing my math right? Yeah. Okay. There we go. Caught it
Yeah.
mid-fall.
Terran Wanderer goes, Banshee anyone?
What? How does a counteract check work?
Great question. So when the spell activates, if you're doing what I think you're doing, basically what it is you have to roll, I believe, like your spell check. So for you to be nature against the DC of their spell, and if you beat it, you basically, if you're doing counter spell, you negate it.
I have a dispel magic. I don't know if that'll work.
Oh, dispel is it's not a
It's
counter
different.
spell. It's only
It says counteract check against a spell effect. You counteract.
it's dispel or counter spell.
It says dispel magic. You unravel the magic behind a spell or effect, attempting a counteract check against the target. If you succeed against a spell effect, you counteract it.
Yeah, it's against the target's DC or whatever DC the GM has, if it's an ongoing effect. In this case, because the spell is happening in real time, you need counter spell to stop it, not dispel.
Got it.
But this will be
That's good to know.
Yeah. So let's see. It's gonna be 45 sonic damage before you factor in if anyone's saved, they take half.
What about a critical success because of nat 20?
You take no damage.
Yeah.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Are these undead creatures?
They are undead, yes.
Okay, cool. I reread my raging resistance, and I do have resistance to any type of attack from an undead creature, regardless of damage type. So would that be half of half, or is that just
That's
half?
brutal.
No, so
That's incredible.
that's a very specific number of resistance. Let me look at your class really fast, because if you have resistance to that, if you're that far, then I believe it is.
It says special feature level 9.
Yeah, let me look at that up right now. Resistance 3 plus your Constitution modifier. That's how much you are resisting.
Got it. Okay.
So if you saved, you still
Half.
take like half, and then your resistance knocks away the rest, and then
Gotcha.
you take what's left after that.
That's
Gotcha.
good.
Thank you. And what was the total amount again?
45 sonic damage.
Do you round up or round down on damage that's halved?
I want to say the rule is rounding down. If not, I'm saying it's rounding down.
I like that.
If it's rounding up and you disagree at home, get in the comments.
Your table, your rules.
How many people take full damage from this? No one takes full damage? Okay, thank God.
And with the last action they have, since they're swarming you with their horde, one's just gonna be like, "Huh," and try to hit you with a sword, which I don't think they're gonna even hit you with.
The ghost has a sword? Who gave it to him?
Attack
Is
of
it a ghost
opportunity.
sword?
Okay, who gave this ghost a sword? Oh wait, I forgot. They are technically considered a troop, so when they attack someone, it's a basic reflex save against the target in question. Dragon, give me a DC 25 basic reflex save.
Okay, but can I attack of opportunity them?
After you make the save, yes.
Okay, that's fair. What is you said reflex?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's a 37.
They critically miss. They come at you with this horrible swing, and the ghost looks at you and goes, I was an altar boy. I don't know how to fight. And then what's your attack of op? Go right ahead.
He just like kind of nods and be like, "Yeah, you should have trained more." And then I swing for 33.
33?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a dirty crit.
Yay!
Intimidation and someone else did.
They're flat-footed.
bad. They're flat-footed. That's right. 'Cause your sword.
All right.
Bad.
Sorry, altar boy. All right. So 3d12. So that's. Oh wait, that's 16. Oh, plus 11, so that's 27 plus. Okay, so 33, 39 times 2, so 78 damage.
It
God,
explodes.
Good.
And
Yes.
you start seeing like it's just like one or two spirits left. They're looking very perplexed as they keep chanting and trying to rise up more of these undead soldiers. Let's see, that was the spirit's turn. Next up, I believe it's Ichi's turn now. Am I correct?
Yes.
All right.
Let's see what's gonna happen. Ichi is going to. Is there anyone right next to her, like within? She doesn't have to move her body.
Yeah, I think Shionibus is near you.
Oh no, ghost, a ghosty.
Oh, Ghosty? Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna swing to hit with the maul. That is 36.
30. That's a crit. That's a dirty crit.
Heck yes. Okay. The only thing when I leveled up my sheet that I didn't transfer over was my damage die on my maul. Is it 1d12 or 2d12?
It should be 2d12.
Okay.
And you were attacked, so that means your vengeance rune has definitely kicked in.
Heck yeah. 12. Okay, that's 27 points of damage.
Is that before or after you've doubled it?
I did not double it. I forgot about that. So that's before.
Okay, 27. So it would be 44. No, 54. All right. Now, I have to ask, who all is praying? I know Lothier prayed. I know Alona was praying. Kylie, are you also joining the prayer?
I was when it was going to be my turn, yeah.
Okay, cool. Ichi, are you joining the prayer?
Well, the first thing I'm doing is smacking this guy on the face.
And his face just turns to powder as you crack through him.
And then I say a line of the prayer, which Ichi totally remembers, but Sam did not write down.
I have a one that you can say. I will put it in the chat for you.
Choose the most. So there we go. Yes. Okay. Ichi says this as she smacks the guy in the face. Prepare me of the cataclysm ending.
And with that smack, you see the east wall begin to light up. Now, I believe you have 2 actions left. What are you going to do? The ghosts are the only thing left, and they're trying to summon the next wave of the undead to test you.
I punch a ghost in the face.
Roll to hit.
That's so sad.
Right.
Brad.
Spirit Instinct Barbarians are so dope.
That's a 30.
30. Yeah, you whap, and the ghost just stops talking as the ghost flies back against your blows and vanishes into the wall. Next. Oh, yeah, what's up?
Oh, I was laughing. Was that my second or my third
Oh,
action?
that's your second action. My bad. Yeah.
I'm gonna take the, the deep discount and punch another ghost. Okay, let's see. With the deep discount, it is 26.
26. They are afraid, but they're not flat-footed. I'm going to say... Oh, I think it's actually going to hit. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to hit. Holy crap.
Punching ghosts left and right. That's it. All right, proceed.
So, now we get to Shionibus. You see Tobit and Tobias just grabbing hold of their sword, and now they're at the point where they are literally screaming the prayer as wind begins to wake up. And you start seeing one last skeleton start to slowly rise out of the ground. Blue flames and bright green fire coming out of its skull as it does it. What do you do?
Stay on the ground. Stay down on the ground, you motherfucker. I'm just going to shoot it, I guess. That's I'm going to say I'll say half this line so Dragon gets a chance to say one as well.
Okay.
But I'm going to shoot it. I go, ah. That's a 26 to hit.
26 to hit will hit.
Sick. Awesome. Love it. Where's my damage? That's 30 points of damage. And while saying this, I go, I am the only one, but I shall be more. Ah! And I'm going to fire again.
All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna use one of my rings so I don't take whatever it's called. Penalties. That's the word. 33 to hit.
That is going to be a hit.
Critical or just a regular hit?
Just a regular hit. It was a few shy of a crit.
Cool.
I think. Yeah, it doesn't matter at this point. Go ahead.
22 damage.
So one arrow, the other arrow, and the
I
one
guess I'll
action in the
shoot one
ring.
more.
Yeah.
Oh
use
yeah,
the ring,
and then
right?
one
Yeah.
action in a ring.
So
Yeah, so
bam,
I'm done.
bam. You start seeing its skull start to crack and split as it does. Next up, and you start seeing the south corridor where you came from. Around the edge starts to light up, and the whole room begins to slowly vibrate violently. You can hear it rumble as the father and son holding the sword, begin to glow as their blade begins to, on the altar, begins to shine. Last but not least, Dragon. I think I might have skipped Lothier. I did. Lothier.
It's fine because what I'm gonna do essentially will be real fast. For my 3 actions, I start pulling my hands up toward from the ground, and you see just a wall of stone begin to like creep up and like sail off. I'm gonna leave one opening though, so that we can funnel monsters in through that opening, so that Dragon can smash them and kill them. So there's gonna be just like some walls coming up to protect some people, but it's just like the room starts shaking as earth just begins creeping up around. Yeah. I bet the spell, just to say its name, is Wall of Stone.
As you rise the wall of stone, you see the skeleton, the massive skull, start to split open, its mouth drop, and from its mouth, you see other skeleton warriors just crawling on the ground, stumbling to get up, pulling swords out for one last charge. They hit that funnel point. Dragon, it's your time to finish the prayer and finish the fight. What are you going to do?
That is the plan, is to finish the fight. So as he's going to go attack, he's going to chant the other half, which is, when others run, my shadow's hope gives home. And then I'm going to recharge my spell strike using rapid recharge. I'm going to cast True Strike. And then I'm going to spell strike with Cone of Cold down this nice hallway that Lothier has created for me. Okay. So then I roll some dice. That's an 18 on the die right off the bat. So that is a 41 to hit.
That is the dirtiest crit I've ever seen. Yes, that's a critical strike.
Cool. And because my sword was glowing, all the damage is maxed out. So I get to do this again. Thanks for the sword, PJ.
Obscene.
It is
I love
absolutely obscene.
I love it.
Completely obscene. So let's. I'm just gonna do this. All right. So just off the sword, 72, 80, 86, just off the sword damage.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Then the fire, so that's 92. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's 98 damage from the rune, the fire rune, and the sword. And then we've got Cone of Cold. So we got, so that was 96.
Yeah.
Oh, plus the extra D12 that I get from the, or is that only with guns?
That's one with guns.
Okay. And then 12d6 times 2. So, what did I say? 98 plus 12d6. So that's 6 times 24. So that's 120. Oh, my brain is just gonna break there. Oh God!
If it makes you feel any better,
72.
I took the 98 and the full damage doubled for the Cone of Cold. I got 242. Is that sounding right to you?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
So, as you say the end of the prayer, tell me the tale as the light becomes blinding and you can hear the undead clattering and scraping against the wall, trying to get to you. Tell me the tale, Dragon.
Yeah, so these massive stone walls come up. Dragon kind of looks at him like, "Oh, that's awesome!" And then like activates his spell strike, leaps up in the air, and on the poor skeleton that just happens to be shambling through in the front, brings the sword down with all of his might and slashes him. And from this split skeleton skull, this massive cone of frost and ice comes out down this tunnel and just, I'm assuming, obliterates everything.
I'm even going to say, because it was a critical, the ice, you can see the ice move through their lines and move so far with great fury that it breaks out through the front door of the temple, the Tomb of Amal. And as it just shatters through, it pierces everything, ice chunks becoming massive shards and spikes of like frozen zero energy. And eventually, as it just breaches, it shatters into diamond dust, creating a soft, crunchy layer of snow on the ground. As this happens, Randy, your stone wall begins to bow, bend, and break, almost as if before an authority. It's recognizing something in the room. And when the stone shatters, you see Tobit and Tobias holding on to the bastard sword they had for their emotional support bastard sword. And Tobias lets go, grabs his sword and shield, which are humming, and above him, you all see a man of platinum scales, a dragon maw's mouth that opens up, recedes back, and you are staring at a celestial of Azamat in the temple with you. And this is where we're going to end episode 48, season 2, Age of Legend, with 2 of the 3 things needed to temper Tobias and prepare him to end the 9th cycle and possibly end the cycle entirely. This is where we are going to say our goodnights and our goodbyes. And who knows? Maybe you might learn something from the Celestial of Azamat that has been summoned in this room. But until then, let's say our goodbyes and goodnights, starting with Wes. Please tell us who you are and where we can find you. My brain literally was like, he's been your friend for like forever. You know his name.
I thought it was a dramatic pause, so.
It was, yes.
It is quite all right. I don't know if everybody else, but it has been a week.
Yeah.
But yeah. Hi guys, I'm Wes at Wes_IRL on all of your internet websites that have social media. And you can find me here Wednesdays at 8 p.m. For Edge of Legend, but also over on Q Times for Gravehaven, which I play with Sidney and Randy as well, and that's a lot of fun. I don't critically hit for 242 damage on that show yet, but you never know. And man, PJ, thank you so much for suggesting Magus. This character's a freaking blast.
It was that or Thaumaturge. He's like, I know he's a Witcher fan. Let's give him a Witcher character. Why not?
I like being the Blue Witcher. That I'm enjoying myself. I'll just say that.
Next up, we got Sam. Please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, it's me, Sam. You can find me all over the internet at Hey Sam Sterling. When I'm not punching ghosts, I'm making tweets. That's how it goes, I guess. I'm very glad to be back with y'all. This is quite a rip-roaring time.
Glad you had a good one, and my apologies everyone for going a little over. We got in a thing. We had to finish it up really fast. Sidney, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello! My name is Sidney Rubino. You can find me all over the internet at Sidney Rubino. That's Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. I do a little bit of different things on each of those platforms, so if you're interested in cool different things, follow me there. Of course, when I'm not here with these amazing people on Wednesday nights, I do, like Wes said, have a show on Q Times called Gravehaven that streams 7 p.m. PST on the Q Times channel. I play a wizard there. She's a cute wizard. So if you like Wes, Randy, and I, you should come check it out. It's a dark gothic campaign, and it's super dope. Yeah. Oh, and there's more things coming. So you should just follow me on things so I can announce them as they come.
Next up, we have Kylie. Please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It doesn't matter at this point. You can find me at Kai's Wonderful Life all over the internet, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that good stuff. I have a couple projects in the works, and I will let them know as they come.
Next up, we got Randy. Please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Howdy. I'm Randy Alvarenga. I am very tired right now. Sorry, it just hit me. But you can find me on Twitter at Roller Raja. That's ROLLERRAJA to find some of the cool projects that I'm doing. For example, Gravehaven on Tuesdays. Oh, or we recorded Tuesdays, but it's actually on Fridays. So come and check that out then. And then some other projects coming up that I'm really excited about, maybe with some other people here. That'd be cool. And then some other cool stuff that's coming soon. So I'm excited to talk about it when I can. Come check it out.
Well, that just leaves a little of me. My name is PJ Megaw. I can find me all over the internet at PJ Megaw, Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Sometimes it's PJ.Megaw, but you're going to find me anyway. When I hear these amazing legends, Wednesdays 8 to 11, you can find me on Queen Courts Games doing a bunch of stuff. We're going to be recording a bunch of awesome stuff in February, and there's so many other awesome projects that I will tell you more about when I can tell you. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Thank you all for sticking around. Thank you so much for the raids. And what's our raid cry going to be as we go and raid the Hero Zone?
Honestly, I think we should just have a uniform raid cry at this point.
That's fair. You want to just say like nat 20 or for the crits or something?
It's something about legends.
Edge of Legend? Let's just scream Edge of Legend at that. I think that'll work.
Nothing but legends.
Nothing but legends.
Nothing but
SBL.
I like it.
Love it. All right, everyone. We'll see you here same time next week. Same nat time, same nat channel. Love you.
Bye.